We like the cars that go boom. We're Cass and Charkie, and we like the boom. Hello, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Disastrous Driving Part 2. This is the continuation of a theme night, the continuation of a dream, if you will. When last we played a set of driving games for the stream. Also, thank you, Johnny Baghead, for the raid. When last we played a set of driving games, we tackled some of the worst driving games of the 90s. And one could say that we were running in the 1990s. I think that's how the name of that song goes, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say we were running on fumes, which I don't think we're there yet in our careers.
Not yet. Give it another year. So this time around, we're going to drive our way into the 2000s and a little bit of the 2010s as we sort of tackle some of the most infamous games of those decades. Is that going to cover every bad driving game? Almost certainly not. I'm sure we'll have an excuse to come back to the disastrous driving segment at some point again in due time. But for now, we're going to focus on what's on our plate, what's on the track, what lies ahead, and not what lies behind in the rear view. I'm struggling for car analogies.
Well, I mean, speaking of what's on our plate.
Oh, is it that time already?
You know what? Yeah, I think that's the best segue we're going to have a chance to get. And by get to, I mean we get to Charkie Stream Snack. All right, tonight's Stream Snack is farm-rich sweet onion petals, individual onion pieces in a crispy coating, Aussie-style sauce included.
Ooh, what a bargain.
Which is a remoulade. But let's give it a try here. I did put the Aussie sauce on.
While you take that bite, I'm going to address Do-Wah-Do, who asked, does driving horses count? If so, Hills Far for MS-DOS. I think we've played Hills Far. I think we played the NES version of Hills Far, if memory serves.
We did. That was on, what was that one called?
Disastrous
Dire
D&D,
Dungeons & Dragons.
Dire Dungeons & Dragons, one of the two. Unfortunately, horses do not count in this one. Neither do carts, neither do other weirdo types of motor vehicles, except I guess we played that Swamp Buggy racing game. We'll get kart racers, we'll get horse racers one of these days.
But you know what counts for the stream stack is the drink, which tonight is Alani New Watermelon Wave. By the way, those onion rings, good. Little extra crispy because they were in the oven for too long, but you know what? I don't think that's bad for an onion ring. But let's try this Watermelon Wave.
Ride the wave. We should do a surfing game night.
All three of them.
I think I have one that's unreleased that I exclusively have. I think I can make a world exclusive out of at least one game I have on hand.
This watermelon is surprisingly tart. Oh, wait a minute. I see why. Because I've only noticed this now on the box art, on the can art, on the label, amongst the watermelon, hidden behind the watermelons, are cherries. So this is a cherry watermelon, and they don't say cherry watermelon. With that in mind, yeah, this tastes more like cherry than it does watermelon, I think.
All right, well, that's good to know. The box art. Can you tell we're brain poisoned from doing these streams and covering bad games? It's infecting you now. I thought I could keep you inoculated from it, keep you safe, but I'm sad to say I can't. Is that the stream snack?
That's the stream snack.
All right. Very good. I know I shouldn't before I get behind the wheel, but feels like a night.
I won't tell anyone.
I won't say what I'm drinking, but I'm going to say that it's well, it's going to keep the gears lubricated, let's say.
One time, a friend of mine, who I will not name, but a friend of mine was driving us, and he had been drinking a little bit, and the cops pulled him over for speeding. It was a speed trap area, and cop asked him, like, "Hey, you've been drinking tonight?" And he goes, "Well, yes, sir, officer, I have." And someone in the car, he knew, and he was like, "That's your friend?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'll let you off for a warning tonight." Good cop. Good cop to just, like, actually stop a drunk driver and be like,
Nah,
but I know someone in the
that's
car,
all
so
right.
you go ahead and keep driving.
Ay. Even when they're good, they're bad. Funny that, huh? All right. A 4x3 stage.
You know, whatever happened to even the passenger gets in trouble? I should have been arrested.
Even the officer gets in trouble, then he puts the cuffs on himself. Yeah. Law for kids, folks. No, sorry, I'm just gonna be thinking about Law for Kids all night now. I'm just gonna be thinking about old 2000s comics.
I really want to see that edit now with the officer putting himself in cuffs and going, even the officer gets in trouble.
If you can find it, I'll put it up on the stream. If you can find it, if you can Google image search that in the background while I get this first game loaded up, I'll show it to the stream. Man, that took me back. I'm sorry. It took me off balance because it took me way back. All right. First game, folks, is Driven, What Drives You? For the PlayStation 2. This was released November 6th, 2001. We're within striking distance. 6 days ago, this game celebrated its 23rd anniversary. I don't know what time when the movie came out, because this is a movie-based game. This is based off of the Sylvester Stallone vehicle, pardon the pun, about race driving. So this is brought to us by the Crawfish Interactive developer label and published by the BAM Entertainment label. One of these I trust a little more than the other, but since you know the game is on this stream, you can kind of tell where it goes. You can kind of tell which direction we're headed with this one. So without much further ado, let's
I sent you the image, by the way.
All right, let me do this real quick before we launch the game. I did make a promise, and I'm nothing if not someone who keeps my promises. So let's go ahead and it's still funny to me.
That's not the one, but
it's close enough. Oh shit. Get the sillies out. Get the sillies out, Charkie. Gotta do it up front. Oh, man. Alright, let's get this goddamn game launched. We're having too much fun already. It's not allowed on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Here we are. Okay, oh, it's not reading my controller. That's always a good start. Always a good sign. I think I know what the deal with that is. And should be remedied when I press the button to actually turn my controller on.
Okay.
Can you tell I'm fully prepared tonight? Can you tell I'm really on top of everything? All right, here we go.
These onion rings are dinner for me because I woke up like right before the stream started.
It's a good time for it. I'll adjust the volume once it gets into the proper game.
Sure.
Can you read Pro Striker 92's comment, by the way, please?
All right. Pro Striker says, "Holy shit, Driven. That movie is kind of a meme in Chile because Christian de la... I'm sorry, I need to get closer to the screen here. Christian de la Fuente, one of the actors, is not a very respected person here."
Christian de la Fuente?
Yes, that's what I said. It is what I said.
Is it fear? What the fuck is going on here?
Is it madness?
I'm betting on courage, personally.
Is it the sillies?
Is it the paycheck?
Or is it for the vine?
No More FPS says, I remember that iMockery parodied those comics very well. Too bad that website has been dormant for years. Yeah, they have their reasons, but I do miss iMockery. That to me is classic internet. The site that introduced me to ROM hacks, that introduced me to my favorite bad movie, Axum. I don't know how well some of that stuff holds up. Oh my god, there's a casualty on the road already.
Yep. He's doing a special technique, racing backwards.
It really throws off their opponents. Wait! Pardon? If you risk nothing, you risk everything. All right. So racing games. Oh, no save data. Do I have? Yeah, there's no data. Let's get to it then. Immediately the aesthetic of this. It screams 2000s, to be sure. It screams like Torque. Not quite Fast and Furious, but Torque, the knockoff of Fast and Furious.
Honestly, this is making me think of like Dragon Ball Evolution for PSP.
Oh, we gotta get that on the show one day, don't we?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there is multiplayer. We'll have to get to that in time. There's arcade mode, there's story mode. How about we get a little bit of story? How about we get just a little bit of story? See what the presentation of the cutscenes in this game is.
They called me the Hummer.
And welcome race fans to this crucial stage of the Driven Championship. Jimmy Bly, who began...
All right, so to answer the question on presentation, bad.
...totally lost his edge.
I'd hum when I was winning.
And it looks like things are only going to get hotter.
I'm getting Battle Los Angeles flashbacks here.
Is that Owen Wilson?
When I was in...
Is that supposed to be Sylvester Stallone?
Right, folks. After a prolonged absence, the nearly world champ Joe Tanto has been drafted in as Jimmy Bly's backup. Can the experienced Tanto turn around Bly?
That guy looks like he's happy about getting a birdie in that Neo Geo golf game.
This guy's just happy to be here.
The edge.
Stallone's not.
Lost the championship.
What's the stylization on the eyeballs where they're just completely black? Like a doll's eyes.
Champion Bo Brandenburg won't be happy to see Tanto. There's some unfinished business between those two.
But now, I'm back.
I'm David Doyle, and
That was the least alone that voice has been.
This wouldn't be his first contribution to a video game either, assuming they really got him in the booth to record voiceover for this. Because they got him in front of the camera for Demolition Man on 3DO.
We're here live at the
This is still going.
Yeah.
go through their paces.
They gotta go through the whole movie.
Championship. Well, accuracy and consistency.
Video Game King says, these characters look like if real people had Scooby-Doo faces.
You want the championship? Then you better start being a winner.
Man, whatever artist got paid to just use the trace bitmap tool in Flash, good for them. Get that fucking money. Training is Jimmy Bly. Complete a 26-second lap at the Desert Palace Speedway. You have 4 laps to complete the challenge. Well, clearly I won't have any problem with this.
I mean, are they gonna give you a rolling start, or is the first lap gonna be your, like, doesn't count lap?
I'm assuming, you know what? I'm gonna get 26 seconds in the first lap. I'm placing my bet. I'm projecting confidence.
Start your engines.
Now, you said 26 seconds in the first lap. It is 25 to win, so...
Oh, well, yes.
2, 1, go!
All right, first impressions of
That
controls,
scene?
it sucks.
That seems pretty twitchy.
Yeah, I am just flicking the stick, and it ain't doing much, except when it does. Oh, pardon.
Oh, you found the button that does the 180 turn.
Yeah, it's called accelerate. Okay, physics in this. They're present.
Were there cricket sounds? Or is that part of the music?
No, that's our audience. Duwadu says this is why you don't drink and drive. Yeah, lesson learned. Okay. Oh.
Oh, you're in the zone.
Yeah, evidently. This must be like, whoa.
Whoop.
Maybe I should have stopped zoning out and started paying attention. Yeah, it's so hard to articulate bad control, right? That's always the struggle when you're trying to convey bad control in a video game, on stream or on video. But bad driving control is especially tough to talk about. And
I had that issue with Automodelista when we did that, and like the way I described it was, it felt like someone was playing a joke on you.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting pranked right now. Ashton Kutcher, come on out. Wait, you weren't in this movie. Shit.
Video Game King asks, is this the kind of PS2 game that uses analog pressure sensitivity? First of all, I'm gonna guess no.
Doesn't feel like it.
And two, that really shouldn't matter in terms of the left and right movement, because there was a whole stick that was analog. And whoop, you know, you can still do this. Oh, press L1 to repair your car. Oh, okay. Lives left.
Oh,
I was hoping the crew would come out in the middle of the road and start doing their thing.
To start doing the pits, just right here in the middle of the track. I don't think we're hitting that 26 seconds. I think we might fall a little short. You lose.
Wait.
We didn't get under 26 seconds.
Was that already your fourth lap?
That was my fourth lap. It's a short course. Hey, guess what? You're going to give this a shot.
Wait, you can just continue?
You can restart.
Like, well, no, there's a continue button, too. Like, well, you fucked up the race. Move on to the next one anyway.
This must just kick you back to the menu or something, right? This must just be... But there was an exit thing as well. You failed to complete this challenge. Please try again. What was the point of that? What was the fucking point?
All right. Do I have buttons?
Yes. Now you do.
All right. What are my controls?
X to accelerate. You went to load. Square is brake and circle is reverse.
Okay.
And skip this. Thank you.
Was there a button that you were hitting to get into the zone, or was that
No,
just
I think
happening?
when you hit a certain speed, I think Sylvester Stallone goes into his Zen mode or whatever. Isn't there a movie? Isn't there another like shitty racing movie he's in where he like he hums to himself, and they have fucking Tom Hagen from The Godfather, whoever that actor is. I can't remember his name offhand. It's a
Baby
movie.
Driver?
No. They're gonna drive slow.
Yep,
And then he does a literal turn on a dime. That might not be Sylvester Stallone. It might be a different actor. I Am Headful says Death Race 2000. That is the other Sylvester Stallone driving movie. But it's not what I'm thinking of.
Ooh, we're fine.
Hey, you're still in one piece.
It was a shortcut. I use a physics boost.
Gotta go
I really
through
like
the
seeing-
sands.
I really like seeing like glitch videos of like the PS1 Gran Turismo games, where like you can do it in such a way that you just start flying through the track sideways.
It's actually the ideal. It's actually the perfect aerodynamics that all true racers strive for. Try pressing, when you get a straightaway, try pressing triangle to see different camera angles.
Okay. Oh, wait. That's a good one. Yeah.
Why? To what end? Big ass wheels. Big ass hands. Give me the tiniest little bit on the analog stick. Yep. It's full throttle. That's the problem. Is that
that was not the tiniest little bit. I'm specifically going hard on it right now to hit this turn. Like when I go like
gun it. You got it. Yes.
Yeah. When I was going the tiniest little bit, you saw what that looked like. It went like vroom, vroom.
Yes, I did see.
And now that I've beaten the course that you couldn't do, you're giving yourself control again, and you're claiming victory.
No. I'm plugging in the second controller. I want you to
Continue.
Yeah, might as well. Slime Generator in chat says, this game envisions a future where engines got faster, but actual car controls never evolved further than 1910 standards. You'd enjoy a game called Spirit of Speed, 1937. Clearly we played that on the show at some point, right? Surely we...
Oh yeah, LJN.
Oh, right, so that was the
episode.
conclusion to the LJN connection. Folks, check out our LJN connection series. Going through every game in the LJN library.
And that was the final game LJN made.
Tanto,
Published.
next. What's happening down there? Well, Jack, Tanto's gonna try and get back in the saddle and see if he can find the zone. Tanto may be back in the team, but...
Dylan's too excited. He's just jittering in his seat. He's not even racing right now.
He's shivering with anticipation.
Zone's where it's at. You can come home with the car, but Jimmy's gonna listen.
Thinking about those cars.
Best.
A cartoon thought bubble. This really is Battle Los Angeles.
Training as Joe Tanto. Why do I have to train as everyone? Shouldn't I just play as Stallone?
What if
Complete a
every
full
mission
lap-
in this story mode is just the same track? You train as every driver in the game.
Oh, complete a full lap in the zone, so I have to do the entire lap at full speed. Which again, unless I get a rolling start, means the first lap doesn't count.
This is a hell of a game.
I mean, maybe you consider the first lap to be get used to the layout of the track.
Gentlemen,
If you're being charitable.
your engines.
Oh no, they're starting me. No, never mind. I thought they were going to start me further back.
We'll do multiplayer after this. We'll do a one-on-one after this, and that'll be the game.
Now, I am in first place, so that's good.
Good. See if you can maintain that.
Yeah, these are the slightest taps.
Is that like the Confederate flag on this car? Am I just noticing
Yes,
now
it is.
that it has...
Yes, it is. All right, so this one is not going to count either.
No.
Wait. Okay. I hit circle and it did not put me in reverse.
Yeah,
the
it has
first
to be a
time.
complete stop first before reverse will activate.
Okay, please hit zone.
Let's hope
Hopefully
it's
that
close
wasn't too
enough.
late.
Maybe it'll give it to you if it's like 99%. Fuck.
Oh, repair your car.
Jordan Games asked, where's the Star Wars Metallica? This ain't Trackmania. As inspired as this track is, as crazy and wild as
Go
this
on.
track is, it's
Please
not
hit zone.
quite.
Please hit. Nope, not gonna get it. I mean, I've already failed, so.
Might as well just crash in the most spectacular possible way then. That would be my recommendation.
We have
Or
a late
drive the
entrant
entire
to the
track
race.
in reverse. Yeah.
We have a late entrant to the race. Dudley Do-Right's here. I have to be like one of the most dated reference streamers on the entire platform.
Now, who's that lady whose whole aesthetic is like 1920s, 1930s cartoons?
I know exactly who you're thinking of. Pumpkin Potion, something like that.
Yeah, I think she might have us beat. You lose?
No, she references stuff like Applebee's. I reference Dudley Do-Right.
I do have a Dudley Do-Right doll behind me, as well as a Muttley. They're on my wall of
Did you
collectibles.
see- Did you see that that
Wacky
animation
Races.
test for
Yeah.
Wacky Races from AC Boo? Yeah.
No, it would have been a dream.
I don't know if that's actually been canceled or not. I don't think anyone actually said this is canceled. I think that was just like a test thing that could get made, but it's Warner Brothers, so it probably won't.
Yeah, probably. All right, let's get into some multiplayer.
How does zone work in multiplayer?
That's a good-ass question. I don't think it slows down time. I think it's just the perception of stuff.
Track select. What we got? What we got?
Manly
One.
Park.
That's it.
That's it? You have to unlock everything, clearly.
Oh, wait. We got the Tour de Triomphe. Or the Tour de Triomphe.
Hey, pick a better font next time, idiots. It's... Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Mix me, Nino.
What? That you're pulling more letters out of that than I can. All right, let's go with Tour de Triomphe. All right, driver select.
Oh boy. Do you have to select first?
I must break you. I think I have to select first.
And only then am I allowed to choose. Because I have no control right now. Let me double check to make sure my controller is properly
That made
met.
no Stallone. Can't select Stallone.
Okay, there we go. It was just an issue.
Oh,
of-
okay.
Yeah, weird.
What are these? What does symbols mean? Like maybe instruction manual would help, but I would have thought the second one would be like speed. Is it handling speed and acceleration? Whoops, I didn't actually select anyone.
Oh, well, I pressed X in it.
All right, well, stay there, and then
I like how the big information here is 26 years old, 25 years old. That's what they really want to lead with.
I'll go with this one.
Official Mercy asks, is this driven? Yes, it is. And
CPU card. Yes, you know it's. How many CPU cards can I have? 6? Okay. Easy difficulty though.
Go race.
All right.
Again, trace bitmap is the friend of many art. Look at the skybox. Look at the skybox in the top left corner. Look how it cuts off.
Yeah.
Look how they didn't stretch the
it.
texture far enough. Yep. Okay. That's what we're dealing with here.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
I'm assuming I'm bottom, you're top.
Yes.
2, 1, go!
And they're off.
Ooh.
Oh my god, there's already casualties on the road.
Wait. Hold up.
Oh, this is rough.
Hold up.
This is tough. I'm assuming you're 8th and I'm 7th right now. I'm assuming the CPU's got
Yes.
the better of us.
Yes.
Looks like you're shedding parts off of your car. I looked over to your screen. It looks like things are
it's-
falling off of you.
It's a tactic to make my car lighter and faster.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good plan. Let me know how that works out for you. I can't see the turn because it put the giant, like, lap time up in front of me. And it actually inhibited my vision, which is awesome UI design.
Oh, this gets way harder when there's like tight, like hairpin turns, or 90 degrees. No, that's not even 90 degrees. That's that's more than 90, or less than 90. It's a really tight turn.
It might as well be a 90. Something tells you we're not placing in the top 3 on this one.
No. You're leaving behind things. Whoops. Whoa. Oh. I decided to go the other way, I guess.
Here, I'll take you with me. I'll pick you up and drag you along.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I had this... Alright. Not really related, but it's car related. I was playing... whoopsies. I was playing... Rocket League one time. And I was going after the ball. I was on path to the goal. And someone on the other team, like, flew in the air and landed on top of my car. So I just hit the brakes real hard, and that sent their car flying forward into the ball and then into my goal that I was going for. So I used a guy who landed on my car as, like, a pool cue.
That's an
The
advanced
score.
maneuver.
Yeah.
This isn't good.
No, this controls so much worse when you have to, like, make a turn that's, like, an acute angle.
I feel like I have no control over this vehicle. When it starts, like, skidding out, when it starts...
Yep, like that. Yep, I don't know why.
Oh, I can't
Alright.
even feather it. I can't even feather the turns.
Something we're gonna have to bear in mind for the end of the show. It might be a little hard because we usually switch off games, but we're gonna have to, at the end, decide which of these games controlled the worst.
Yeah, this is a big front runner for
Yeah.
sure. We started the night off on a sour note.
Nope. Spun out real easy.
At least my car's still in one piece for now.
The car almost controls like I'm trying to control the guy in the NES version of Akari Warriors. Like, it has to stick to, like, very specific angles.
I don't get this. I do not understand at all when the car decides to just arrest control from me and send me into, like, a spin. I don't know what I could do differently in my handling here. And I'm sure as hell not hitting the zone. I can tell you that much. Well done. You finished 7th. You lose. You finished 8th. Technically, neither of us won. We got lapped, both of us.
I know. I really should not have gotten a well done in this case.
Maybe even like
Unless
well done,
by-
like a well done steak.
Yeah, unless by that they mean I'm cooked.
Yes. You think that's enough driven?
That's enough.
That's enough driven for one night, for one lifetime, potentially. Not good. Sylvester Stallone should be ashamed of the job he did programming this.
Mm-hmm. Like, they were trying to make a good game, but he was in the office every day shoving people out of their chairs, going, out of the way, nerd, let me do this.
It's not going to get any better, I don't think.
Now, I know that you love doing things in chronological order, which makes the next game baffling.
It sure does. The next game is Hooters Road Trip for the PlayStation 1. This was released in 2002. March 26th, 2002, as a matter of fact. And you know what? I've only gotten written about this game before. This is one of the ones that we're rehashing, that we covered on the Bad Game Hall of Fame back when we were a writing operation. BadGameHallOfFame.com/Hooters-Road-Trip. Don't actually read that article, though, because it's not very good, and it's missing a lot of details, like the fact that this started life as a completely generic driving game that was being shopped around, and who bought it but Ubisoft to fulfill a commitment they had to Hooters to have a adver game. There's a version of this on PS1, there's a version of this on PC. This was developed by Hoplite Research. Does that name mean anything to you?
Hoplite? What did you say?
Hoplite Research.
Doesn't mean anything off the top of my head.
Extreme Paint Brawl 2, Hellboy Asylum Seeker, and Myst for the 3DS.
Oh, I've played at least one of those games, and it's not Myst. For the 3DS.
Sure. So yeah, this is a bit of a doozy, this one. And there's nothing to it but to do it. You could have gotten this at a Hooters if you'd gone to a Hooters restaurant in the year 2002.
Really?
Yes, that was.
Was this on the menu next to the wings?
I think they gave away in the same way they gave away like those Burger King games, where I think if you asked for it, you shall receive.
Could you name another menu item off the top of your head that they serve at Hooters with any degree of confidence?
They probably have a burger. I ate at Hooters once.
I've never eaten at a Hooters.
You're not missing much.
In high school, when I went on a class trip once, a bunch of my classmates were like, "Hey, let's all go to Hooters tonight," and I was just like, "No." Listen, I'm 15 and or 16 years old right now, and even I would feel awkward going to a Hooters.
Johnny Baghead says, how has the internet not revived the classic franchise, the classic Hooters Road Trip franchise, with a femboy Hooters Road Trip game? I'd play that. I'd give that a shot.
I'm imagining like a Hooters representative going into Ubisoft's like head offices these days and going like, hey, it was a 2-game deal. Pay up. This is why Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been delayed so much. They're really trying to find a way to shove in the Hooters stuff.
Tacky yet unrefined. That is the Hooters tagline. The gimmick of this game, by the way, is that's just a driving game. There is no gimmick, except between stages, you will have a Hooters girl be like, welcome to this state. Also, I think you need to qualify to get any cars beyond the starting ones. Also, no multiplayer. Why would there be? Multiplayer in a racing game.
Wasn't Hooters the restaurant where, like, some manager promised an employee that if she did well, she would get a Toyota as a bonus, and then when that came, he gave her a toy Yoda doll from Star Wars?
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about, like, the quality of management and how well they treat their employees here.
Yeah.
3 cars. To get other cars, we would have to go through the licensing mode, and to get those, you have to complete a road trip, and you have to complete the road trip, like, 8 or 9 times over to unlock the full extent of cars in the game. But I'll take the Gemini. Automatic, I'm a loser like that.
Very thin spread of like stats up there. They're all pretty high up there with just like little differences.
It's loading. And they're off. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the game this was supposed to be initially. I think it's like Free Driving USA. It's something USA. USA was in the title, and Hoplite Research was shopping it around. I think they were just basically shopping around an engine.
Freewheelin' USA.
Do I have that in the article?
I don't know. I pulled this up somewhere else, but it was apparently on PC called Freewheelin' USA. And PlayStation is the one where it was just called
No, the
Hooters.
PC version of it is also called Hooters Road Trip. I also played that.
Well, this source I'm looking at is incorrect.
Like, it has box art and everything, with the Hooters branding on. Great physics there. I really felt the impact of that crash. Again...
I'm getting...
Oh, you go ahead.
Despite the fact that you're in a car, I'm getting Road Rash vibes. I think from the way that the hills are kind of undulating, the way like traffic is working here, like I'm getting like a PS1 Road Rash kind of feel.
That's the power of the PS1, baby. I'll say this handles better than the previous game we played. It handles a little better than Driven. Not much.
How about this music?
It's rockin'. It might be too loud. Tell us if it's too loud, folks, and I will turn it down. In fact, I know it's too loud, and I will turn it down. Can you hear us now, folks? Okay, let's give this a shot. Ugh. I want to complete at least one or two of the tracks, and I want to be rewarded. The sight of Hooters girls.
Anti-aliasing nails it on the head with the music. They say, "What is this wrestling music?"
Hoplite should have made a wrestling game. That would have really put them over the edge. If they made a shitty wrestling game to pair with their shitty paintball game and shitty driving game and shitty
Missport
Hellboy game
conversion,
and shitty conversion of
misconversion.
Mist. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to catch up.
I'm
first.
curious
Not
now
I need
about
to.
that. I remember hearing about that Mist on 3DS, but I'm curious if it was like Mist, or if they tried to do real Mist on 3DS.
It is just
as
Mist.
in just Mist. Okay, I should clarify. When I say real Mist, I mean
Wait,
the
wait.
3D one.
Hey there! Welcome to Jacksonville.
Now get out.
See, that's what makes it a Hooters game.
That's my favorite Hooters girl right there.
One stage left. Let's do it to it.
It's a whole road trip to Jacksonville and then one other place.
A cross-country drive.
I want to see Eddie Burbank do a video where he goes to every Hooters in North America. And then a follow-up video where he has to live with himself.
I mean, he did directly cause the death of, what's his name, Margaritaville?
Oh, Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah, I don't know why I blinked on that.
I thought you were going to say he directly caused the death of Rainforest Cafe.
No, they're still holding on. They still have those couple locations open, I think, I hope, I pray. I would like to go to a Rainforest Cafe one more time in my life. Not that the
I've never
food's
been,
particularly good. I used to love it as a child, as a young child who had no palate, but loved animatronic animals. I love the ambiance. I like a good theme restaurant. There's a horror-themed restaurant burger place where I live, and it is just Halloween all year round, and all the menu items are themed, like, you know, named after monsters and whatnot, and it's very tacky. They do a good burger, though. They do a good sweet potato fry. I always judge a burger place by their sweet potato fry.
I don't think I've ever been to, like, a theme restaurant, and I'm not counting Texas Roadhouse as a theme, necessarily.
Texas doesn't really constitute a theme.
Yeah.
State of mind.
I remember liking Texas Roadhouse, though. I'll say that. They had, oh, man, their bread with the, like, the cinnamon butter.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Look at those cows.
This is a game you could almost play with anyone in the room and not think anything about it. And then once you're about to win the race, you say, hey, go to the bathroom now.
Shoo. Yeah, get out of here. This is just for me. I earned this.
This is the sort of game you would rent. You know, you'd go out to the store on your own and rent as a kid, and then your parents would always find a way to walk in right at the wrong time.
What's the most embarrassing moment you've ever had a parent walk in on you playing a video game during?
I have one, but I can't tell that story because it's just sad more than it is.
Okay, I'll go.
I told you yesterday, I think, about it.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking about
sad. That was just sad.
For me, it was Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, not even Subsistence, and I got up to the torture scene where they gouge Snake's eye out, and Mia Madre walked in at that exact moment, and she was just like, these disgusting video games. I hate that you play them. I don't know if that's embarrassing so much as it was just unfortunate, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the most unfortunate for me in that case, under that metric, is that
Wait.
I was playing Mortal Kombat.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Georgia. How you doing, sugar?
I don't buy her as an authentic Georgian.
Came in second place.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look at this grainy ass 240p video. Car unlocked. The Rendon.
That's Nadner backwards. That means something. As a kid, as like a 7-year-old, I rented Mortal Kombat 2 for the Genesis, and my father walked in right when Baraka did a fatality. It was the one where he holds the other guy up by the spikes, and they kind of slowly
Way to the test track.
slowly fall down on it. And he looked at it, and he took it out of the system, and he said, "You're never playing an M-rated game again until you're 16 years old." And I always remembered it. And throughout my entire childhood, I always remind him. When I turned 16, you said I could get an M-rated game. And I was saying that when I was like 8 and 9. And on my 16th birthday, I said, I'm getting Silent Hill 2. That's what I want for my birthday. He's like, it's M-rated. It says 18. I'm like, I remember what you said. When I was 7. He was like, all right. Held to his word.
This is, no exaggeration, the worst handling vehicle I've ever felt in my fucking life. This is...
Okay. I need to play this one. So I can get
yeah, I'll
perspective at the end of the show.
I don't know what it is with this car. Good luck. You have control.
Okay. Oh, I was in Twitch. All right. Ooh. Okay. Huh. All right. Hold up. Hold a sec. I'm gonna face as straight as I can on the road.
Okay.
And forward. All right. It's capable of going forward. Once you start turning the car, it never stops turning. It is like when you hit left, you're just saying like, okay, hold left forever.
It is like tapping left is the equivalent to doing a full 900 degree rotation with the steering wheel and then like dragging it and putting your full weight into it.
Yeah. It's like, you know those old, really old platformer games, like on old like DOS stuff, where when you hit right, it's just telling your character, go right until I say otherwise?
Yes.
That's what this car controls like.
The original Wolfenstein controlled in such a way. The original Castle Wolfenstein.
I don't think we're going to qualify, by the way.
Well, you got a minute and 20 seconds left.
I'm halfway to, actually, possibly.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Even given the fact that I, took 30 seconds to try and straighten my car out. Ooh, oh, man, this... I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about Driven. This, as a car, this handles worse. But the track, at least, is more accommodating to the fact that it handles this badly. Because I'm not making, acute angle turns. I have enough room to try and straighten myself out a little bit.
I Am Headful asks, were you given a choice to drive this car or not? We have the choice to go for the licensing for it to unlock it as a drivable car, and you need to because these cars have top speeds that are in excess of the 3 starting cars. So to tackle the later races, as they start to add more stops to the road trip, you need to use the unlockable cars, but they all have trade-offs, like not having any fucking handling, as is the case with this one.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Mayor's Boone says this car looks like it weighs as much as a tin
6,
can.
5, 4.
Yes.
How did I qualify? We spent the first part of it just completely fucking up.
Well, here's your reward.
Jesus. Well, you can take control now.
Yeah, yep. Are there any options here?
Be better.
I gotta save my progress. I gotta save after that. Oh wait, do I have?
Actually, I would be curious if you didn't have the save file in here.
Yeah, I still have my complete save file, or complete enough save file for whatever that's worth. You can do a custom road trip. Here's... Oh, the only car I even bothered to unlock was that shitty-ass car, then I decided I didn't want to qualify any more cars. Take it out on the road. Let's see some of the locations you can unlock. I guess this isn't a complete save, necessarily, but I made some progress on it.
I'm curious over a complete save, what's the worst road trip you could make, right? Can you make one that goes, like, from the East Coast to the West Coast, back to the East Coast, back to the West Coast?
It's one where you need to ask for directions.
Oh, like, no, one where you have to spend, like, several $1,000s on gas. Like, the furthest distances possible.
You know what?
What is going on with the ports?
Yeah, don't worry about it. You know what? I don't want to play any more Hooters Road Trip.
Sure.
I think we got the idea. We saw some cute girls, and
They welcomed you to Jacksonville, and they welcomed y'all to Georgia.
you know they just filmed all those in the same exact Hooters location. They just got all the staff at one location, who knows where, and just had said, do a Georgian accent. Or just like, I don't know what that is.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Georgia. Here's your bag of peanuts, and here's your Coke. Do it.
So,
Have you ever put peanuts in a bottle of Coke and then let it sit and then drank it?
I'm not opposed to the idea. I have not tried
It's not bad.
it. I would try
It's
it.
actually not bad.
I can't imagine
It's
it being bad, yeah.
It sounds like the craziest thing in the world to do, but they do it in Georgia, and it's not that bad.
You ever
actually
put
pretty good.
Mentos into a Diet Coke and then just like put your mouth right over the fountain that erupts from the bottle?
No, because Diet Coke is gross.
That's a fair point. All right, the next game tonight. Folk may have heard of this one. It's Big Rigs Over the Road Racing. People have talked about this one for a while. This is a rather infamous one. It
You
released
did a stream of this one.
I did. I did the Stellar Stone Spectacular, where I played every Stellar Stone game. And you know what? We're not going to play this tonight. Psych. This was a November 20th release, so it would actually be really apropos to play it. But instead, we're going to play Supercharged Midnight Race Club, the sequel to Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, by which I mean this game contains Big Rigs Over the Road Racing, then some other vehicles instead. This is another Stellar Stone game, believe it or not. Game Mill Publishing, still around today. The only difference is that this one came out January 14th, 2004, and is the enhanced edition, if you will, of Big Rigs.
Ray tracing.
Yeah, you know, given that 2 extra months and they really sorted out all the problems that Big Rigs had here. If you want to see us play Big Rigs, go watch the Stellar Stone Spectacular. We also play Midnight Race Club in there and some other games that are even worse than Big Rigs, arguably. But let's go with this one for now, because this one is at least a little more developed. Is at least slightly more feature complete than Big Rigs.
How's the reverse function in this one?
Let's test it out. First of all, set everything to high or normal, I guess.
Yeah.
Same interface. It's the same executable too. It's just carz.exe. Let's take a look at those high scores. Yeah, it's about right. That was it for options, right? Okay, let's do a custom race. As you can see here, we have our choice of cars, trucks, or motorcycles.
Do they control any differently from each other?
Let's find out, why don't we? We have the Angel Fury. I like this car. That's a nice looking car. I like the color on that. The Maverick, the Tornado, or the Firelight. I'm gonna go with the Angel Fury.
This looks like on a website where you could go download free poser models. Like this would be the preview image.
Don't these tracks look familiar? Doesn't this selection of tracks look oddly nostalgic? Though I think the last one doesn't crash the game immediately. So that's an improvement.
Yeah,
that's
what 2 months will get you.
We'll do the Devil's Passage. Oh, immediately I need to put... people need to hear this game, and it occurs to me...
Yeah, I was about to say, is it supposed to be this quiet?
Well, remember, the original Big Rigs is dead silence. So, but this one should not be.
Hey, where are your tail lights?
They're dragging a little bit. They're trailing behind.
Oh, you're moving that fast. That's how it is. Ugh.
So the more... one step forward, 2 steps back. We do have collision. We also have debug coordinates on the screen at all times in the bottom left corner. Ugh.
I feel like you would get instant whiplash driving forward in this car.
We're capping at 60 here. Yeah, the jittering is unpleasant to say the least. I've tried like capping the frame rate at 30 to see if that would like fix it. No avail. This is...
I mean, I would believe that this is just how the game runs.
It really does look like it's blurring because of the constant back and forth. It really does look like a blur effect on the screen when it picks up speed.
Ooh. Stops on a dime.
Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. I was hoping I could go up the mountain like in a Big Rigs, but no, they tightened up some of the control on here.
I'm glad it's not just me and other people in chat are saying this is motion sickness inducing.
Yeah. Off the road. On the road. Off the road.
Did they change that? You can't. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Well, they did add collision to the game, I guess. Where do they add collision? That's for you to find out.
Keep it a surprise.
So does this mean that you can't just drive straight up mountains anymore?
No, unfortunately not. I'm committed to completing this race. Even if the road beneath us is dissolving. If the asphalt is melting, we're going so fast.
All right, after this race, I have something I want you to test out. I think you know what it is, but we'll wait till we get there.
Yeah, I want to complete at least one race legit.
Well, speaking of it being a legit race, has your opponent left the starting line yet?
I believe they do in this game. I believe that, and like in the patched version of Big Rigs. I do have, on hand for reference, so like for point of comparison, both versions of Big Rigs in case I ever need them. Always just installed at all times, as well as this. If you ask me, like obviously Big Rigs is bad for the fact that like it's non-functional, that it doesn't have any rules, but it's fun, it's charming. Really, the worst game Stellar Stone made in this period was their Taxi Racer game, their crazy taxi ripoff. That one is just viscerally unpleasant to play. And this one is too, don't get me wrong, but they also made some really bad strategy games. We play them all in that Stellar Stone Spectacular stream. All right.
Okay, you know what? I got a hint of the answer to my question, but let's keep going. I know I'm talking about Big Rigs and not this, but
it's the same goddamn game. Yeah. It's the same tracks. It might as well be the same vehicle, even if it's not.
But I was gonna say, didn't Alex Navarro do a speed run of Big Rigs at GDQ?
He certainly did, and his secret was to drive entirely in reverse, so he got infinite speed, but he would have to stop sometimes to reposition himself to actually hit the checkpoint so he could actually complete the races.
Was Big Rigs one of the don't play this reviews? Or
It actually does not include. We had an article. I don't know if you can search it up on the site, but it's called the Don't Play This Game Roundup, where we covered every game that GameSpot reviewed that included the line, don't play this game. And Big Rigs does not actually include the line, don't play this game, anywhere in the review. In fact, the review is completely wordless. At least the video review is. Oh, so our opponent never left.
oh, but he did review it. Okay, that's the one where he ends by just laying down in the middle of the road.
Yes. And you may notice they even fixed up the trophy. They even fixed up the year winner and just made it you win, which is not nearly as satisfying, to say the least. Let's try a truck on for size. The Cannonball, the Thunder, the Swaggin. Guess got my swaggin back. Well, I gotta do the swaggin, even though this car looks sick. Gotta do the swaggin.
Now, will the taillights line up on this car?
Absolutely fucking not. Like, why even ask? Let's try the Forgotten
Maybe this
Road.
car is longer. I mean, I know what's happening. The taillights are for a big rig and not for these cars. Good, 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 good. Good, good. Oh, hell yes. By the way, flashing lights warning.
When this baby hits negative 300 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. I'm still turning, so we're still staying within the track right now. Oh! I hit something. That's the only thing that'll stop you is collision.
Mega Man, you're charging up your buster too much. Stop.
Apparently I hit 2 checkpoints somehow. Not sure how I did that. 3 now. Oh, it's so sickening to look at. It's so rough. I think I'm going the wrong way. Who's to say? Oh, was that untextured? That street lamp back there? Well, forget that. Let's just check the bridge. Let's see if we fall through the bridge. This was a famous bridge in the original Big Rigs. It is hard, like, to actually drive. They fixed it! What's fascinating is that in the original Big Rigs, when your truck goes through the ground, the camera stays on top of the bridge. The camera has all the vehicle properties, has the proper, like, collision with, like, bridges and terrain and stuff like that. And the car is the illusion.
It has been a while since I've seen Big Rigs in motion. Does the camera go through the buildings with you when you go through the buildings? Or does it get
It
stuck?
does, so it only works to a certain extent, to a certain length.
Man, we're gonna have tough competition tonight on which game controls the worst.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, enough of this shit. Let's check out the motorcycles before we are done with this.
So let's see what a human looks like. All right.
The Puletti, the Blue Dragon, the Buza, and the Azuki.
Those two are self-driving.
Well, let's see a self-driving motorcycle then. Oh, and it crashed.
Nope.
Which is a fitting end to our Midnight Race Club Supercharged extravaganza. I kind of expected it would just crash. Wait a minute, that was the last track. So they didn't fix the crashing, the last track just crashing the game. They forgot to carry a 1 there. Well, that'll do it for Midnight Race Club. Should I give the people what they want? Should I give them like a minute of Big Rigs?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, send the folk home happy. I'll do the unpatched version too for fun.
Okay. Yeah, try the last track here.
You know, I'm going to keep the settings on low this time.
That was the issue.
Clearly. Oh, my mouse cursor disappeared, so I'm having to do this on site. Mega 1, Thunder Bull, Sunrise, Thunder. Alright. Got any requests?
Which have we not seen? We haven't seen Night Ride.
Yep.
And usually I don't see people do...
And it crashed.
Yeah, we'll never see Night Ride.
Okay. Let me see. Unpatched. Let me do a safe one.
Yeah, let's just go safe for this one.
I insist on Mega 1, though. That's my car. That's my vehicle.
Here we go.
Yes, this is how the game sounds, which is to say it doesn't sound.
It looks better, as in I'm not getting sick.
That's true. This is tranquil. You know, it's nice and relaxing, honestly. But of course, you don't want to see us drive normal.
No. Let's get out of this town.
Let's see how long I can stay on the track for. Nope, well.
Yep. Not that long. All right.
Damn, our truck's twerking. Flashing light warning.
Yeah.
Kind of unavoidable with this game, but...
Yeah. I think it's time to leave. Here we go.
If you play the patch version, there is sound, and by this point, it becomes absolutely unlistenable. With the engine noise, like, playing over itself so many times that it's basically like a wall of noise. And also at this point, you know, it would be impossible to get back to the track, even if you wanted to. Because we're so far out in space. If only we had the debug coordinates, like there were in Midnight Race Club, we could see where we are.
They put that in there to help you fix this. Yeah. Yep.
We're developing something here. And, you know...
if you do this long enough, will the game crash?
No. Maybe.
I was thinking, like, maybe, like, a number overflows somewhere.
Possibly, but I think people have done this for a while. I think people have tested this to a large extent. I mean, I could always open up like Cheat Engine and try to just like push the values like to ridiculous extremes. But I'm not going to do that. You know, this is Big Rigs. If you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. It's why I was going to not play it, just because. But then again, you know, like, how could I deny the audience this? How can I deny the audience like this car phasing in and out of existence?
This is what Interstellar's about, right?
It's time to believe it. All right, is that enough, Big Rigs? You get the point? You get the idea, folks?
I think so, yeah.
You get the idea. Get the point.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I did stop.
Pleaser.
When you stop, it just stops on a dime.
Yeah.
When you're doing reverse, anyway.
And now, just go out in the middle of the street and lie down.
That's actually how I end every stream. That's actually what I do when we finish recording. All right. I think it's time to go back to the PlayStation 2. I think it's time to ride or die.
Yay. Oh.
In 187, Ride or Die. Another Ubisoft game. Another Ubisoft racer on the show.
Another Hooters game. No.
Well, this game actually started life as Hooters Road Trip 2, and then when they got the 187 Ride or Die license, this one was developed in-house by some Ubisoft studio. I don't know which one. It just says Ubisoft here. The only reason I remember this game personally is a series of commercials that Mega 64 were hired to produce for this game, which are some of the funniest commercials for any video game ever produced. But I will warn that this game is, let's say, it's French people trying to tackle street racing culture. American street racing culture. So, be warned. Oh, I actually need to switch the controls out again, because when last we were doing this, this actually, I think, has co-op in it. I think we can drive together. We can ride together, we can drive together, we can die together.
So is French people trying to take on United States street racing culture going to be something like, hey, are you just going to sit there, or are you going to escargot?
What setting did it say I should turn up, by the way? Blending accuracy? I think it said switch it to full. I'll do that.
I don't know why you're asking me.
It showed it on the screen for a second. Okay, here we go. This should give me control. This game uses an autosave feature. Sure does. They wanted to move away from that screen as quickly as possible. Even they were like, is this too far? This is too far. Load the game quicker, please. Oh, sure enough, I have save data on this. Not much save data, but it does have save data.
For 20 years.
I need to watch the opening cutscene from the story mode. I need to show the world.
Go for it.
Configuration, classic, direct.
Shoot the Xbox 360. Console wars were rough.
Oh, wait, hold on. Co-op mode controls. So there's a driver and there's a fighter.
I'll take the fighter.
For 20 years, I done held it down.
Story mode. Western whip race. I hope this... Oh, press start.
Do I need it? Yeah, okay. Wait.
It might not work immediately.
No, I'm in.
Oh, no, you're in. Good. Okay, cool. Let's select... Let's hope it plays the first cutscene. Choose sport car. Well, we don't have much choices. Let's see the names of these cars at least. Just Blaze, Bad Boy, Ice, Crunk, G'd Up,
Giddy up.
Murda, Mafioso, Ghetto Superstar, Faux Shizzle, Gangsta.
I just realized,
Boogie.
Cass, I have something else I need to be doing tonight.
It's too late now.
The world is yours.
There you go.
And in this world, fast whips, sexy women, and high speeds knots. Yeah, nigga, that's just a gift. But only a few motherfuckers earn the coveted title, Street Pro.
This is not the cutscene I'm thinking of. It's got to get to it. I'll know when I see it. Hold on. That's unfortunate, but that's unlistenable.
Was that the cutscene you were thinking of?
It was, but I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe do me a favor, check the PCSX2 wiki to see if there's
Okay, on it.
Sorry, folks. Slime Generator says, damn, what kind of whip is that dude driving?
Okay, one liar to die. Well, there's trivia. It's known as something else in Korea.
What's it known as?
I can't read Korean, so I don't know.
Oh, great. Thanks for the trivia.
There's nothing here about make game not sound fucked.
Well, we'll just have to hope that the game... Folks, just look up Mega 64's Ride or Die videos. Well, I can't read this out loud.
But listen here, homie. Cortez crew is lining up in the hood to race. Finish first and flip these fools' wigs back. Don't let me down. Holla back.
Finish first. Can you help me?
Let's see.
Now remember, no mercy on them. Just to shoot these drivers.
It said shoot 360, but I can't. Whoa. What? Oh, now I can. Oh, I need something special to do that? Okay. Are you picking up guns in the road?
I think so.
All right. I can only shoot 360 if we pick up something that's not. I have control of the boost, apparently, which is not a good way to do this. So you're going to need to tell me when to boost.
I trust your judgment. I will say, doesn't control as bad as the other games we've played tonight. Believe it or not, this controls at least competently, for my part, for the driving end.
The shooting end, not so much.
They were trying something.
Where's my boot? How do I know when we have boost available? Or do you just always have boost available?
Hell yeah, come on, get some.
Burn out, eat your heart out.
Come on, I thought you knew how to drive.
Oh, I figured out how to do this. So we need to do that. That's good.
I feel like the cops should be getting involved with this one.
Yeah. You think?
Alright, I seem to be out of boost, so I don't know how the boost functions. I'm not out of boost.
It is interesting that the lady is the driver in this.
Nobody fucking with me in these streets.
I think I see where the boost is now. Oh, no, we're fine.
Don't worry, it's not my flames.
If you take a car out, do they stay out or do they respawn?
I think they stay out. I think we take them out the game.
Oh, okay.
I tried to give you a little bit of... Oof. I'll try to get you in close since you have the scatter gun right now.
Oh, I can just switch the gun whenever.
Hell yeah.
I didn't quite get the med kit there. Not sure what good it would do for a car, but...
Wait, there's no one behind me.
Yeah, as long as there's no one to kill right now, as long as there's no one to shoot, do me a favor, keep an eye on chat.
Okay.
I'll let you know if you're needed. Make sure they're all behaving.
I mean, they're behaving, so don't worry.
What's Slime Generator's message?
You can really tell the developers had a deep and sophisticated appreciation for black culture.
Boy, howdy.
Got our boost.
Hit
We're
it.
straight away.
Whoa! Oh.
I was reloading.
Yo, baby, watch the road.
I ran out of boost.
This is the last lap. I think it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you absolutely need to blow this fucker.
Damn, baby, what
Well, okay, that was a... Do you have the boost too? Are you allowed to hit
What button
boost?
is boost for you?
R1.
you ride?
Fuck! No, I don't have it.
Okay.
Buck, you call that G-Rod?
You call that gridding?
You ain't repping these streets. You can't move on to any hood riding like that. Try that shit again.
They didn't
not
include
accurate.
shit in the caption there. That's all right.
They would have had to change the rating. It couldn't be a T game anymore if they just said that.
Let's see what other stuff they had. This had an online mode. Whatever that's worth. What are the quick hits? Oh, it's just that one. You'd have to unlock stuff in this game. Hey, you want to do multiplayer? Competitively?
No.
You gotta drive. You gotta drive. You gotta feel all the cars drive.
All right.
I can't
Just-
select the other modes.
All right.
I guess we're doing a whip race. I guess we're doing it on... Wow, they really make you work for anything
Yeah.
in this game. Sure.
All right.
I
Player
guess
one.
I'll be Buck.
I guess I'll also be Buck.
Choose different color for... Oh, well, never mind.
Yep. All right. I don't know what the driving controls without.
It's X to accelerate, square to brake, circle to reverse.
Yeah, but how do I shoot?
Right analog stick, probably.
Nope. That's the second configuration thing, which you did not choose.
Triangle? Oh, wait.
R1
Oh,
is shoot.
I'm top screen.
Yeah.
Whoops.
R1 is shoot. L1 is boost.
Well, now I gotta make up ground. I was confused because the first game we played tonight, you know how it goes. Switching between games. It's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks, folks. Yeah, this is significantly better when you're not having to do the shooting yourself, when you have a second to do the shooting for you. I don't know how fun it is for the second.
I mean, the shooting's real bad, so...
Looks like it's just you, me, and this idiot here.
Okay, I found what shoot backwards is.
Oh, I'm out of guns?
No, you're never out of guns. You just switch to a pistol. Oh, there's another guy. I think they are respawning.
I think you might be right.
I kind of figured this game did not run on Counter-Strike rules.
Vroom, vroom. Mr. Taco paid to have their message highlighted. By paid, I mean channel points. Fun gaming fact, this game got released in Japan with an anime license. You mentioned the Korean release, you didn't mention the Japanese release. They retitled it to 187 Read or Die. Like the OVA.
Nope, not familiar.
Well, I got it. I got the joke, Taco. The rocket launcher seems a little unfair. The rocket launcher seems a little mean. I want to blow you up at least once.
Well,
and I couldn't. Pete Crack got the best of us.
One of us beat the other one.
Who did what? It's hard to say because they both made us the same fucking character and the same fucking car.
And this is the only track we got, right?
Yeah.
Well, will that do it for Ride or Die?
I think that'll do it for 187 Ride or Die. But somehow the best game we played tonight. It's not good.
Yeah, this is not in the running for worst controls.
So at least cleared that bar. Hey, boy. All right.
Wait, the number one racer was Pete Crack?
Yeah, I noticed that. You ready for our next game?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know if I'm ready for our next game. Wait, do I even have the right graphic up? No. Here we go. Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Nintendo DS. I've heard tell of this game. Folk have told me about this game for a while. I've not played this game for myself as of yet. This was developed by Sensory Sweep and published by Electronic Arts, and released November 15th, 2005. So we're actually closing in on. If this game is bad enough, we might, well, have to make a bad game birthday post for it. But I guess we'll determine that here and now. It's DS, so it's going to be a funky resolution. But what can you do? We'll see how necessary the bottom screen and top screen are. I can play Square's Tom Sawyer. Why would I play Square's Tom Sawyer? Why are we talking about racist games? Why are we saying, why would I want to see how bad a racist RPG can get? I don't know what's going on in chat, but I've decided I don't care. Let's just focus on the race, the Need for Speed. You ever played the original 3DO Need for Speed?
I have not. No, I'm familiar with it, but I've not played it.
It's primitive.
Back when that was a very different series.
Wait, did I guess I did launch this game and I signed my name at some point. In the bottom right, I can see that.
Yeah.
Let's hop into career mode, why don't we? Hell of a soundtrack, I'll give it that much. Yeah, let's start a new career, why don't we? He's an international student from Hong Kong living off his family's money. He has plenty of cash and loves to throw it around. He knows nothing about cars and lacks driving skill. That's us? I don't want to play as this fucking guy. It's sounds like a loser. Okay, we have, looks like 3 tracks, 3 event types. I'm sure we unlock more as we go along. I'll start with the first. Time trial multi-lap. Don't really have a car select. I just picked the Cobalt SS for us. 0 opponents, 2 laps. Let's see it. Oh boy. Now, I'm sure the audio falling apart is more to do with emulation than it is the actual game, but,
Oh, DS didn't sound great. Never mind, it sounded better than this.
Hold on. It's gonna bug me unless I at least give it a look-see. System... CPU. I gotta restart to do that. Is there a sound setting here? Anywhere? Might as well check the graphics options too. I think we might just have to deal with it as is and just keep talking. Keep the funnies going. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Alright.
How's your control?
It's not great. You may be surprised to hear.
I mean, at least it's not touchscreen controls.
It's not. At least it's not a giant wheel on the bottom screen that you have to operate with the stylus. So small miracles. The problem is the turning. I don't know if that's evident or not.
As is the case with many driving games. Or in the case of the Hooters game, not being able to stop turning.
It's not the worst we've played in terms of driving, but certainly not good. Certainly doesn't live up to Need for Speed and its like legendary handling. Like when you have a game in an established franchise and you're doing like a rough conversion of it to handheld, to the DS in this case.
Like you know what I think managed it decently in that sort of conversion? Ridge Racer on PSP. I feel like that game was fine, yeah. It is Ridge Racer. It's Ridge Racer, yeah. But still, like... And I mean, the PSP was more powerful than a DS. It could put out better looking things. But in terms of, like, handling and stuff, yeah, it felt right, at least to me. I think there are people who don't so much care for the... Ridge Racer PSP games, but I think they got better off than this. If you're a Need for Speed fan with a DS,
I will say that when you turn too much, it does start to do the thing where you skid out.
Yeah.
And you know that's obviously not ideal, but you know the DS did not have analog stick on it, so it was just the D-pad. So that means if you hold the turn for like more than half a second, is really all it takes to send it skidding out of control. So you really just have to keep tapping the D-pad. Seems to be the only winning move. To hold it down is to condemn yourself to bouncing off the walls in perpetuity.
Do I have any racing games on my 3DS? I know there are obviously there are racing games on the 3DS, but do I have racing games? I ask as I turn my 3DS on. just to take a look.
For research, it's for the show.
Yeah, we'll just need to get one of those 3DSs that are specifically made to capture footage directly to the PC. I mean, granted, you could emulate, but that's illegal. We don't emulate here in this show.
Oh, clearly.
Someone's gonna get angry at me if I leave it at that. Emulation is not illegal, I know.
In fact, it's preservation, if you ask me.
Yeah, it is. Alright.
I'm waiting for like the cops to show up in this.
Oh.
Which they said there's no cop density on this track. I'm hoping at least one of the tracks available to us will have like actual gameplay, actual opponents for us to race, and cops to pursue us and stuff.
You know what racing game I have for the 3DS? It's Ridge Racer.
Oh, sure enough.
Ridge Racer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wasn't that like a launch title and everything for it?
It might have been. I don't know. It does not have the thing where like there's a button for the manual. I think this was a physical only release, actually. I think that might be the case. Also, as I'm telling you this and talking, like the model for the car is like just spinning and freaking out every time I start talking because that's how the 3DS works.
Cop density light, opponents 2, so that seems like an improvement. Now let's go with this one.
You don't have a 3DS, right?
I had a 3DS. I got it for Animal Crossing. I played a little bit of Animal Crossing, and I decided I didn't want to play any other games on the 3DS, and so I returned the 3DS.
Yeah, you played Peak and you were done.
I realized I had no need for a handheld. So I can totally touch the touchscreen to switch between some different views here. I'll keep this up. Oh, nope, it automatically goes to... It keeps automatically switching, and I'm not sure why that is.
So you can pay attention to all that information. Because you got to know what each car looks like every 5 seconds. They assume that you're a gamer with no object permanence.
This soundtrack. It's stabilized a little bit. Doesn't mean that's good, though. In fact, it may have been better off when we couldn't hear it.
I mean, it's basically the console game soundtrack.
Yeah.
I assume, right?
Yeah, surely. Now, let's get ahead of this guy. We're about a second behind. 2 seconds behind. I can catch up. I can win this. I'm waiting for the cops to show up. They said that there was at least light cop density on this, so I want to be pursued. I want to be most wanted. Shortcut?
This gives me the feeling of like a bootleg game.
This feels like something that they would have slapped, like, you know, the Need for Speed logo on. This would have been, yeah.
Like, none of the music is like it at all. It looks like this. It handles like this.
Tectoy presents Need for Speed. I think Tectoy would do a better job than this, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in the fact that this is not the worst thing I've ever played. It's not good.
Is it worthy of celebrating his birthday?
I think I will anyway. I was really hoping the cops would come after us. You have unlocked the boss event against Taz.
You know what? You weren't doing anything illegal.
Alright. I think this is... Oh, I might as well do this. A lap knockout. Okay, so Taz was not who you were playing as. Taz is the person you're building up to. There's 3 laps for your opponents and cop density medium. Johnny Baggett says this is probably not the worst thing ever, but it is arguably the worst racing game on DS. And that's fair.
So you can ride
it's so shrill. Are you hearing this?
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I was just saying, you can write in the birthday post, then, considered by experts to be possibly the worst racing game on DS.
Soundtrack might be the worst. Oh! Did you see that? Did you see that recovery? That was like C1 circuits. It's just like, no, let's just gently guide you back onto the track, why don't we? Ah, here we go. Eat shit, pigs.
Is he actually chasing you, or is he just there?
Well, I don't see him behind us, so it remains to be seen. I'll also say, it didn't seem like there was any, like, boost or nitrous.
I would love to see, like, a street racing movie or something where the whole gimmick is that when, the cops show up, instead of having it so that they're racing against the cops, trying to get away, everyone just goes, like, act natural, and everyone just stops racing and drives normally for a while.
What is that sound supposed to be? Oh, you know, it's a train above us.
Oh.
That's what they're trying to do. I think. That's my best guess.
Yeah, this game is very misophonic. Imagine playing this with like earbuds in or something, like
I'd
on
yank
the
him out.
bus.
Oh, they think they can get ahead of me. Also, all these cars are hideous. I don't know if that needs to be said.
Yeah, it's fairly self-evident. Unless you're like at home making laundry and watching the what the VOD is up of this, in which case, yeah, these cars are ugly.
I hope people play the our videos, watch our streams, so on and so forth while doing laundry. They consuming them the same way that housewives can absorb soap operas, you know? That's the dream. That's the ideal. That's the demographic we're going for.
We need to make like other YouTubers do, and do like versions of our videos to fall asleep to, where we just normalize all the audio, like down to a really low level.
I lost. Taz was too good for me. This man who knows nothing about cars.
If he doesn't know anything about cars, then he has no concept of what a car can't do.
This guy
race,
is a
and that's what makes him
racing
win.
encyclopedia. He's always talking about cars, driving techniques, racers, and events. He eats, breathes, and lives the street racer culture.
Sensory Sweep, is that who made this game?
Yes.
I'm assuming they're a British company.
I'd have to assume so. No one really knows what his story is.
If there's any like word that has like a vowel in there that's like, that's not supposed to be in there, that's an extra vowel, it's like, that's probably a British thing.
So there you go, there's content here. Is there a multiplayer mode in this? I mean, not that we can play it, but did this have like... Yeah, so it must have had like Nintendo, like, you know... What was the word for it where you could you could download the game off of like someone's cartridge, you know what I mean?
Yes. I don't
Homie
remember
Rollers
what they
had that
called
too.
it. I don't remember what they called that. Also, Sensory Sweep is from Salt Lake City, Utah. So it's a Mormon game.
Ooh, clearly. I'm sure they're all devout, all practicing. DS Download Play, thank you, Emerald Sundisk. Is that enough Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Nintendo DS?
I guess so.
I think it is. Disappointing in that it could be so much worse. But, you know, it is what it is. They can't all be winners. By that I mean they can't all be losers. Yeah. Are you ready for the next game?
Yep. I see what it is.
Our next game tonight is the third installment in a popular series. Folk may be familiar with the FlatOut franchise, FlatOut 1 and 2. Well, we're here to offer you FlatOut 3, Chaos and Destruction. Now, I don't remember the full story and the full context of everything behind the FlatOut story. If I had written an article about it, I would have gotten into that stuff, but I just never got around to it. I can tell you that this was developed by Team 6 Game Studios and published by Strategy First on December 13th, 2011. If I remember correctly, the story is something like the original developers of this game were taken off of it, left, otherwise moved away from the FlatOut series, and it was handed to new developers. And they nailed it. Is I'm to believe that they knocked it out the park with FlatOut 3, and the FlatOut series went on to live a long, wonderful life after this.
Highest rated FlatOut on Steam, I think, right? One of the highest rated racing games on Steam.
I have to switch to the 16:9 for this.
To be clear, this was the lowest rated racing game on Steam for quite some time, I think.
Maybe one of the lowest rated games, period, in the entire history of the service, as a matter of fact. You're going to have to give me a second, folks, while this launches, because it launches in full screen, and I need to make it windowed, and I need to set the resolution. I need to do all sorts of stuff to get this. I'm sure folk can hear it at the very least. It might even be too loud. But we'll get there. All things in due time. Thank you for your patience, folks. Yeah, give us the game capture. It's hooked into FlatOut 3. And hopefully this is all balanced. Oh, can I control controls with my controller? No, I cannot. I think I need to unplug my controller, actually, because it's inhibiting my ability to even use the arrow keys on this screen. Oh, I see. It's just, if you tap it, it moves so quickly, it thinks you're holding it down if you hold it for more than a millisecond. I just want to get to... Oh, thank God.
Doesn't, like, X-Men on the NES have the same thing, right? If you're selecting characters and you're not just tapping select, you're just scrolling through all of them.
Yeah, but it's not very promising. It's not great when that's on a PC game that was released in 2011.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that as a positive.
No, I know. I'm just saying that you think we would have gotten past... Oh, well, I'd love to see what the keys are.
Let me do something real quick.
Let me show you one tap of the arrow key. One tap of the arrow key is 2 or 3 positions on the menu.
Does this have mouse control?
Doesn't look like it.
Alright. Maybe this is supposed to be played with a controller.
It does not look like it. Does not appear to be the case. Surely it'll be fine when we get to the actual race.
Johnny says, for a period of time, this was the worst user-reviewed game on Steam. Back in the days before you could literally put anything on Steam.
Let's race in Detroit, why don't we? We're in the standard race mode. This game has a variety of game modes on offer. Yeah. Different vehicle types, all sorts of stuff.
In general, after you're done watching this stream, I would suggest watching Rerez's video on this in their Just Bad Games series, because they go into a lot of investigative work into the people who made this game and what games they made prior and what similarities they have with this one.
I think I gotta drive the Pink Flamingo.
And they go over like every single mode in this game in depth.
Gotta keep the Pink Flamingo pink.
Never been driven. Really still scuffed up looking though. I don't know how that happened.
2011 settings, I guess. Alright. Here goes. Character select. Oofer Bowl. Oofer Bowl. As a former Hollywood stunt driver, Oofer always knows how to make a spectacular show. All his shows end up with a big bang. Do you get it? Charkie, do you get it? Do you get who this is? Do you...
Jason Statham.
Goddamn right. Pete Saman. Most of his rivals think Pete is a young, brash beginner, and well, he kind of is. Zario the Mechanic. Ron Jeremy, just Ron Jeremy. Unknown Player, the Unknown Racer. Eric Speed. Elise Bimano. Adriana. Sarmela Cesar.
Stop on this one. Silent Enor, the winner from the previous FlatOut has returned. Will he be able to win again? Now, if I remember correctly, this is actually supposed to be the guy in charge of the studio who made this, because Silent Enor backwards is Ronnie Nellis.
Yeah,
who I
that
think
sounds
is
about
the
right.
name of the guy.
34 rupias. Xmas 2011. Just in case. I don't
That's
trust
definitely
this guy.
the postal guy.
Yeah. Eva Mentos.
Now, if you put her in Diet Coke.
Bob Earl Homer Deluxe. Katie Boxing Sale. Bob Slayer. Amber Tiffany Lake. There's certainly a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth. Waze Sam Lander.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back. Zin Benzin. Some people say that Zin lives on gasoline and oil fumes. No one has ever seen him rest or eat. Some even say he might be a cyborg, but no AI can possibly drive that good, right? Well, I gotta play as Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Zin Benzin.
Yeah.
To start the race. Why don't we?
God, how's he having control with a keyboard if it's like
if
doing the menus?
If the menus are this wonderful already, then. One. Probably should have figured out my nitrous key. Oh boy. Control.
Now, I don't know how you can play a racing game with a keyboard.
Not very well. But it did not appear to have controller supports.
Surely it does. Because I felt like in the options thing, there was a thing that said, like, that let you change it.
Perhaps. But clearly this is the way it was meant to be played. It's what it defaulted to. And it is a PC game, so... Oh, huh?
No, I mean, you drove straight through the thing that said turn right.
That's some air.
Turn right.
It's hard because the turning's not good, believe it or not. Even with all that, like...
Well, that looked like a car that was at 81% health.
Even with how fast the menus move, how many times it reads the arrow key per second, the turning, unless you hit the brakes, is negligible at best. And even if you hit the brakes, then you're just, like, committed to a very wide turn. Very hard to get in between without the benefit of analog control, as it turns out. Ugh. At least there's physics.
This was never released on console, right?
No,
Am
I think this
wrong?
was exclusively on PC. God, I hope so. I hope we were the only ones who had to suffer this. Ooh!
Oh,
that was sick.
Almost, yeah, it was almost sick, but...
Unfortunately, we've been stuck at 9 out of 11 for the past, since the race started, really. At least crashing into stuff is still sort of, kind of, mildly amusing. Not enough to save this game, but...
I mean, the thing with FlatOut originally was that, like, the big draw of it was, like, the crashes and the mode where you had to, like, fling your guy out of the car and into things and physics around everywhere. So if there's anything you would hope they would get right, it would be the physics. I doubt they got it right in this one, but that would be the thing.
I mean, there are the other game modes. I'll test some of them. They're not showing the driver getting flung out of the car, which they really should be showing. Every time I crash. Yeah, the camera should really just, like, focus on Vin Diesel getting flung out the car.
Oh, I accidentally looked up Fallout 3.
Another bad game.
Now, this has controller support.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. It might just be that I don't have X input on this controller right now. You know what? That'll be your excuse to play it. That'll be your excuse, because it might register your controller as the only controller here.
No, I unplugged my controller. Because I figured that could screw stuff up.
Things are already screwed up here. You know?
Alright, what game mode are we gonna play? Okay.
Alright, A Nightmare to Drive.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah.
Zombie splattering Halloween fun.
We're close enough.
I just wanna... The one next to it.
Stuntman.
Looking for a new career. Well, first of all, let's... Controls. Oh,
there you go.
Does it actually recognize my DualSense? Does it actually
Wow.
have...
Wow, that's...
I mean, I can't control it with it, so the answer is no. Do you have control?
I don't have a controller plugged in.
You don't... I thought you would plugged it in when you said...
No, I was... Let me plug it in. I'll tell you.
Because the DualSense, I can certainly tell you it ain't working. But I have no menu control here.
I also have no control.
Cool.
Wait. Nope, I have no control.
Cool. Oy vey. I'm just gonna have to be very careful.
Maybe Steam input would actually make it work, but I know you don't like that.
Abandoned racetracks, monster trucks. Nope, just
I mean,
battle arena. I want to do
Stuntman is the mode, but okay, yeah. Show off a couple modes.
big battle, 24-player destruction derby. Well, I got to go big or go home. What track will we play? Looks like the industrial track. Which one's one I figured out how to get out of bounds on? One of these. We'll try this one. We get 2 classes of car here. Well, the Pink Flamingo failed me before, so I guess I'll do the torpedo. I don't want to play as... I'll play Uvable. Why not? Why don't I even have my controller in my hand? I know it's not going to work. Alright. Kill them all. Oh! Now I can't control it.
Did you set it to controller?
I must have. You try it.
Yeah, I've been trying. Can't do anything. What if the menus aren't controller supported, but the game itself is?
I think I fucking hate this game. Let me just say that. Let's just be perfectly clear up front. You know what? I'm going to close out of the game. We're going to relaunch it in a second. I'm also going to limit the frame rate. I'm going to use NVIDIA Control Panel to limit the frame rate and see if that maybe fixes some of the issues with the speed and stuff.
Wait. I'm also going to unplug my controller just so it doesn't get confused about things.
You're just ducking out. You're just dodging responsibility here. You're just dodging having to play the game.
But maybe if it only sees your controller, things will work better.
All right, max frame rate 60.
Maybe if you turn on like Steam input, it'll be like, okay, we think this is an X input controller now.
Or I could open up like DS4 windows, whatever works, whatever gets us there. Okay, FlatOut 3. I'll cap the frame rate. Disable Steam overlay. I definitely don't need that yet. Controller. Enable Steam input. And hopefully, this accomplishes something. It's launching.
I saw Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on that list. We could be playing that.
I wish. No control. No control on this menu.
Keyboard.
You know what? It did fix the input polling.
That's good. Okay.
Control options. Nothing.
I think it just doesn't have controller support in the menus. I bet that's a thing. I noticed when you were in a game that it had an options thing, so maybe you can switch it from there if you still don't have control.
I can give it a shot. Sure.
We have to find the answer by ourselves.
Say something nice. I mean,
the game tries to prevent you from playing it, so it knows it's bad, so they're just like... Yeah, here's our options, by the way.
Options. All
right, fuck controllers then. I guess that just doesn't work. I guess... And the keyboard didn't work either, so I'm going back into the menu. It's just not gonna fucking happen. We're just gonna play it with the mouse and keyboard, the way God intended, clearly. Ay.
Alright, say something nice. I mean, having a really big battle royale, that's cool. 24 whole players at once.
Hey, we're in.
Tell me if this controls any differently now that you tap the frame rate.
Not necessarily, but this also might not be the best way to to gauge that. Something positive. I mean, it's fun that this is pure chaos. Huh?
Whoa. The FOV making your car look like a limo.
I did 1% damage. Wonder how to do more damage.
I feel like Re-Res talked about how to play this mode in such a way that you win almost every time. I feel like that was part of the video.
It's probably like, let them kill each other and then just pick up the scraps.
Not sure if that was the case.
Seems like a good strategy. It's not how I play. It's a coward's way to play. I want to be in there from the start.
Alright, you know what? Say something nice. This isn't one of those destruction derby games where every AI just focuses only on you.
Yeah, it's fair. It's chaos, but it's fair. At least as far as I can tell from a very surface level.
What's that power-up being held by the...
Good question. I have no idea how you even get up there, how you get that kind of air, but...
Well, if you glitch the game enough, it'll, you know, find its way up there eventually.
I don't even have nitrous anymore right now. Oh, there we go.
You seem to have two bars. You have that blue bar, which is your nitrous, and then, like, a red bar.
That might be health. Does it look like 75% to you?
No. Looks more like... No, because the bar's going up. Yeah, as you hit things, that bar goes up, almost like the, nitrous in Burnout. Yeah, it says it's ready now.
Wonder what that could mean. I figured out the camera controls. Woo! That better do 31% damage. I'm trying just different buttons. I'm trying just different controls that might trigger something. Alright. Enter? No? Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Probably check the menu. Now we have control over it, to some extent. Has anyone been eliminated yet? Has a car been blown up by this point?
0 out of 24 wrecked, so no.
Sure takes a while. Yeah, it was fun when all the cars were just piling up at the start, but when it becomes just a more traditional, like everyone for themselves, everyone going across the stage, this is markedly less exciting. Does not live up to the gimmick of, like, this being a complete wreck fest. Cars just, like, smashing into each other repeatedly. Everyone's playing too safe. Everyone's playing too cautious, too conservatively right now. And I won't stand for it.
Seems like most of the guides for FlatOut 3 are written in Russian.
Wish I knew how much health these cars all had. Pipeline cars. Wish there was, like, health bars above them. Or something to that effect.
Most of these guys are also joke guides.
At least they recovered us. At least they eventually decided to put us back. Right side up. Oh!
Huh?
That's one. Unfortunately, I don't think our car is going to last much longer.
So while looking for these things, for controls and stuff, I found a review from Gaming Nexus that gave this game a 7.5 out of 10.
All right. What do they say? What's the positive points of this? They might have a valid argument.
I'll skip to the very bottom here. It's a long review, but it says the flat-out truth is that FlatOut 3 misses the mark by a significant margin. The good news is that the premise of the game is strong. Bad implementations can be fixed with sufficient effort, but bad ideas are forever bad, and no amount of work can fix them. Perhaps if there's a Fallout 4, it will concentrate more on the fundamentals of a good racing game. There was never FlatOut 4. And I meant to say FlatOut. It'll concentrate more of the fundamentals of a good racing game while keeping to the vision of
There we
gameplay that
go.
takes a different path than the rest of the pack. It's not the premise that works against FlatOut 3 being a good game. It's the implementation, terribly weak AI, and amorphous car control distract from what could be an enjoyable vehicular riot. 7.5 above average. So the end thing, it says, like, I mean, it's got a good idea, but it's not fun to play. This is an above average game.
We somehow came in first. I guess we did the most damage, so that's nice. Even though we were eliminated very early, by the look of it.
So the best I can tell is that this got a 7.5 because if there was ever a sequel, it could be better than this one.
Optimism. All right, this is the stunt mode. This is the biggin. But first, let's check out
The controls, yeah. You'll definitely need to know the controls for launching yourself out of the car in this one.
handbrake. Super move. I was pressing shift before. Toggle lights, horn, eject, shift.
Okay, you know what it could be? I saw aftertouch controls. Maybe you're building up aftertouch, so if you crash during a race, you can move.
Take someone out
after you
with us.
crash? Yeah. Like, maybe that's supposed to be Crash Breaker from the later Burnout games.
Alright, who we playing as? Who we
All
driving?
right, well, who do you want to throw out of a window the most?
Does she have Joker face paint on?
Ray Stringer only discovered the craziest possible in life. Her parents are horrified by her participation. I think she might be Jokerfied.
Well, then this is just a normal day for her, then. She'll love this. Alright.
You do have boost available. Oh,
Like-
those are...
I couldn't keep track at
that's-
all of...
That's what your aftertouch controls are for. Never mind, aftertouch is for when you do this mode.
So the eject key is shift.
Right.
Oh, the left shift, which is different from right shift, which is the boost. Oh, Jesus.
that was a stunt, though. Okay.
Okay. Oh, we need to get past the windmill. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
There's a target
All
on
right.
the other side. Oh,
And you have limited aftertouch movement.
roll around. It'll be aight. Okay. I can't keep... When the car blows up, right? And then the camera decides to do whatever the fuck it wants to do, I can't, like, direct the lady. I can't steer
wonder
her
if you
towards the
have-
targets.
I wonder if you have camera control of the mouse or something.
Nothing with the mouse.
No, after you launch. Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Nah, way too far. Yeah, out of bounds.
So I think the problem was I was pressing the eject button before, and I don't think you actually want to press the eject button. I think you actually just want to let the car detonate when it hits the top of the ramp, as it wants to do, and then you very quickly from there have to sweep control.
I
like
think
this.
it depends. I think it depends on the map. I think there are times where you'll want to eject.
Fuck. So close. I can get this.
You know, this was fun in like the original games.
Yeah, how's it here?
Doesn't look as good.
This is, the camera is so fucking bad here. Not enough points because I didn't hit the exact dead center of targets. This has taken all the fun out of what should be just a fun, goofy, frivolous mode. They found a way to make this like absolutely fucking suck, and that's impressive.
Lost it. Woo. That wasn't worth any points. Even though you definitely hit that.
This is fucking miserable. How is this so hard? Oh, hang around.
Oh, you know what? Change characters if you have the opportunity. Change it to the postal guy. I want to see something.
Okay. I'll even change the car too, just to be. This guy?
Yeah. I want to see how his coat reacts.
Ooh, that's a good thought. Slime Generator says, this is like when there's a Bam Margera mission in a Tony Hawk game. Oh my god! Awesome. Well, I'm glad you suggested. Let's see if we can repeat that. Let's see if it's possible to not repeat that. Let's see if there's anything you can do to make that not happen. No.
Yeah, I think that will always happen with this guy.
It's almost like laser targeting, where he lands. Like, this shouldn't be that hard. It's the first one. There's ones after this. It scales in difficulty. Stunting somewhere evil. We'll never get there. We'll never do that.
No.
Want to see what a monster truck looks like?
Sure.
Or the zombie mode. Or the off-road mode. Like, again, credit for variety. It's a shame that all these modes fucking suck.
You know what? Try. Let's last two things we do. How about we do monster truck and zombie?
Okay, all right. Let's try some monster truck. Search and destroy. Bring the light. Catch the bus. Roll the sea mine into the sewer. Dude, where's my car? Destroy 40 car wrecks. Oh, I have to unlock that. Well, I guess we'll do Royal Flush then. All right.
I like how it's just a sports car.
Just a normal ass car with
wheels.
huge ass wheels. Not exactly my idea of a monster truck. Roll the sea mine into the sewer. Where's that sea mine?
Now, just so you know, this car is your car.
Oh, okay. It's a good thing about the arrow there, otherwise I wouldn't have figured that out. I wouldn't have...
Does this control any differently than any other car?
It's a little tougher. Not tougher in the sense, like... It's... taking a bath, splish splash. Really love those water
liquid
physics.
mercury.
Yep. The turning is slower, which is, you know, what you want out of a monster truck, I would presume. Our car is absolutely fucked, though. And I still have no idea where that sea mine is.
Have you ever been to a monster truck show?
No, but I'm not opposed to the idea.
I have not been, and I feel like I probably wouldn't want to. Sounds like it'd be really loud. Oh no! Wait, you're fine.
We're good. It's
You're
okay,
fine.
actually. We're back in the race. I don't know what Pete's doing, but... Oh, we unlocked a new vehicle for that. Isn't that great? That's the monster truck mode. All right, let's hit some zombies. Let's end with some Carmageddon.
Endball Gang asks, is this one of those ambitiously bad games? I don't...
No, because it's building off the foundation that FlatOut 1 and 2 established.
And it's building off the foundation of a lot of the games that this developer did, because a lot of the assets come from their other games that were on Wii.
This guy looks like a Carmageddon character.
Yeah. In fact, a lot of the modes in this game came from the other games they did on Wii. Like, the speed mode, I think, is just the speed game that they made on Wii. And when I say the speed game, I mean the game is called Speed, not based on...
Look how big these guys are.
Bus thing. Maybe your car's tiny.
This zombie's along for the ride. Ooh.
We need some Gmod collision sounds over this.
Believe it or not, they found a way to take this premise and make it not fun.
I feel like they should make this so that when you hit a zombie, you gain health back.
I thought that was health. It's just a sign. It's just decoration in the environment.
Oh, I should have kept an eye out for... I think in the first map we did, in the first race, I think there's, like, some building that is, like, stuck halfway underground. Like, not on purpose stuck halfway underground, they just placed it in there wrong.
This is the Z coordinates or whatever, yeah.
I think hitting the zombies is fucking up your car.
That's FlatOut 3.
Yeah.
Not good. And it frustrated me with its controls, which is always the worst thing a game can do. That's what happens when you press the escape key.
Oh.
Does not want me... Well, fuck you, I'll Alt F4 then. Hey, guess what, Charkie? I get to finally uninstall that game from my hard drive. That's been on there for months. I've had that installed, just waiting for this stream. Ah, boy.
You're not gonna go back and, like, try to unlock everything?
Nah, that's alright. I'll live without that. You know what I can't live without, though? I can't live without our next game. And I've been looking forward to this one.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a 2012 release. This was developed by Nosotech and published by COMMENTATORS. It's Pyongyang Racer. This is North Korea's premier racing game, driving game.
This is not a joke.
Let me read the description here as I have it written down. COMMENTATORS Pyongyang Racer, or Pyongyang Racer for short, is a 2012 racing game developed by Nosotech and published by COMMENTATORS. The player drives a whip harem 2 car around Pyongyang and visits several of its sites while collecting fuel and avoiding other vehicles. The game was created as an advert game for COMMENTATORS, a travel agency organizing tours to North Korea, by the outsourcing company Nosotech in collaboration with students from the Kim Chaek University of Technology. As one of North Korea's few video games, Pyongyang Racer was released by COMMENTATORS through its website in December 2012. Reviewers criticized the game's gameplay, graphics, control, and music. Why do people fucking review this? What is the point?
You know, the reviews from North Korea, though, were glowing.
Yeah. They say Kim Jong-un himself programmed it, so he has to get full marks for that. This is just a Flash game. This just launches as a SWIFT file. Oh, I bet the music isn't playing yet. Also, it's at the wrong aspect ratio because it's not exactly 4:3. Oh, is this not coming through at all? That's unfortunate. We need the music for this game. It's half the fun of the game. Gonna have to figure this out on the fly.
There we are. I hear it at least.
We got it. Yeah, it should be leveled. Okay. Made in the DRPK. You know what Nosotech also made? They made a Big Lebowski game. A Big Lebowski bowling game.
Also for North Korea?
No, I think that one was global.
So this game was... Oh, you know, start play and then I'll go into what I'm talking about.
Loading Pyongyang. Do not hit cars or vans. If you hit 10 vehicles, you'll be stopped for bad driving. It's actually 3, but there's clearly some miscommunication between whoever did the menu and whoever did the in-game. And we're off. Charkie?
Yep.
This game controls better than half the games we've played tonight. And this is a Flash game. This is a 3D Flash game. Drive straight on. Don't stare at me, I'm on duty.
So this game came out in 2012, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kim Jong-il died in 2011.
Yep, as so predicted by Homefront.
So, yeah. So this was made under Kim Jong-un. Or perhaps commissioned by Kim Jong-il and he didn't live to see his masterwork finished. Or, the other thing, which is what I imagine, is that Kim Jong-un was like, finally my father's dead. I can make the game I've always dreamed of
The
making.
game
He
of my
always said-
dreams.
He's always told me, no, you cannot commission a game about racing around Pyongyang, and I was like, one day, Father, I'll be in charge, and I'll make my game the way I want to make it.
And here's the result.
No, my son, it must be a tactical strategy game, he said. But the fool knew nothing.
He may be a great film director, but his game design insights are severely lacking.
I'm Headful says, not much racing to be had here, seems right. But, no,
Well, you're racing
against
the clock. Yeah, that's a race, technically. Oh,
You're sliding along nicely at the ice rink.
even
Did
the
you have to-
reversing is better than in most of the
So-
games we've played tonight.
So your destinations are collectibles you have to run into?
Yes, and they give you a little bit of like touristy trivia. Because remember, this is a tourist operation.
Cass,
and
Cass, stop staring at her.
Oh, sorry. Eyes on the road.
Featured in the film A State of Mind for Indoor.
They don't really give you much time to appreciate the sights and sounds in the venues here. Not very effective tourism promotion, I will say.
And you've got no demerits so far. Don't stare at her.
It's hard when they pop her up directly in my line of sight, but
Do not hit cars or vans.
that one is so mean. That
Please
one
stop
is,
for bad
is
driving.
such a tricky one. They put the car right... They know what they were doing with that one. Oh, next song. Banger radio station here.
That was a really close up of the gate, like right on one of those bricks. Not gonna get a demerit for this.
No.
105 stories and 5 revolving restaurants.
Have I just passed my test? God, I hope so. Oh,
Oh, okay. Don't stare at me.
they don't like us driving on the grass. Amazing, like that this controls better than some actual video games you played. Hooters Road Trip could never.
Swing around for a full view.
And I could if I wanted to, because I can turn in this goddamn game, even if it's just the arrow keys to control this. Oh my god, so rude, so mean of them to do that. I'm just gonna have to slow down every time I approach, like, a pickup now.
So one more demerit and they're gonna make you a film director, so
Stop
be careful.
plowing around. See how cautious they got me? We're gonna do the whole fucking circuit here, by the way, in case it wasn't clear to people. We're committed to this.
Emerald Sun just says, at least the Hooters ladies don't complain if you stare.
But maybe they should. This is tranquil. You know what this reminds me of? You know what this is giving me? That Gorilla's Shockwave game. The one they made for 2000.
That doesn't control as good as this one.
It really doesn't.
I
The
played
Arc of
this
Triumph
game. I
without
played
the
that
traffic
game.
jams of Paris. So the North Korea has that over fucking France. Get
Also, I
fucked,
don't know.
Frenchies.
I don't exactly know what this is in reference to, but because it was a little bit ago. But Amball Gang says you two are being sarcastic again. When were we not?
No, it's full sincerity all the time.
Travel at speed, more horsepower than you're using.
I'm using as much as they're giving me. Read Pro Sugar 92's comment.
Oh, Hooters road trips have very narrow roads. This game, too big.
I'll
I mean,
take
this
too
is-
big. I mean, the traffic is to die for. I'd kill for this kind of commute. Maybe, you know what? This is working. Maybe this is the move. Maybe North Korea.
I mean, I think if you hit one more car, they will have you killed. Yeah, Mayor's Bun says, funny enough, this is the most sensible and coherent game I've seen so far tonight.
Yeah, this is nowhere. It's not even the conversation for the worst game we've played tonight. So let's let that go to show. And, you know, despite limited technology, limited means, limited freedom,
I don't think the company that made this game was in, well, Creative Freedom.
They were
perhaps.
outsourced, yeah.
Yeah. Chef Shello asked, do y'all remember that footage of Kim Jong-il's funeral where there was like a noticeably huge North Korean soldier on the silence? I don't, but that got me curious now.
I just remember the video of people mourning his loss. It's people crying in the streets, people breaking down in tears because they know they're on camera and they know that, you know, the world is watching.
I don't remember where I read this from. It was some comedy book. It might have been from The Onion, or it might have been from something else. But talking about the names of countries, they said that the more adjectives that precede the name of the country, the less true that name is. So the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is high up there on the list. We don't recommend drinking and driving, but the way they drive looks like you'll need a... I went too fast.
They're trying to make a comment that I'm driving like a drunk. This game's very sassy. This game's very mean, very critical. I like to see them do better. Razor's Edge there. Turn left. You shouldn't be allowed on the road. They say that even if you're perfect, by the way. Even if you don't have a single demerits. The game is always just this mean to you.
They're negging you.
Pity they can't teach you to improve your driving.
Congratulations.
But getting there time was 7 minutes 52 secs. This was your first drive through Pyongyang. Why not travel to DRPK with COMMENTATORS and see it for yourself? Take a print screen of your time and send it to Racer at COMMENTATORS for championship ranking. Well, I gotta do that.
I would be scared out of my life to travel to North Korea.
They put on a whole show for you. They put on a whole, like,
I heard... You ever hear that story of, like, I think it was, like, WCW doing a show in North Korea? And, like, one of the guys on the show, like, being detained, and his first thought was, like, I'm dead. They're going to kill me.
It's a fair instinct. Believe it or not, that was our penultimate game tonight. We only got one more left in the tank. And I know for a fact I need to launch an extra executable for this one to spoof some X input controls. Because our last game tonight, we saw Vin Diesel in FlatOut 3, yes? And we've made mention of Fast and Furious, the Fast and the Furious, whatever you prefer to call it. And it just so happens we have a Fast and the Furious game to play for the stream as our ultimate final game tonight. It is Fast and Furious Showdown. This was developed by Firebrand Games, published by Activision, released January, February, March, April, May, June. What's the fifth month? May 21st, 2013. I still have to count on my fingers every time I do the months. Don't mind me. Yeah, this is a Fast and Furious game. There's a more recent one that's also bad, but that one was less easy to obtain. So we'll do this one instead. And you'll have to give me a minute again. We're going to switch back to the 16:9. And
But while you're getting ready, I want to follow up on that question I asked you earlier. Have you seen that Dark Side of the Ring episode on the collision in Korea?
I believe I have.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you haven't, we should watch it.
I might just watch this for funsies after the show on the Discord. And with a link to the Discord. Hold on 1 minute while I... there we go. Now to actually get to show up on screen. Oops. Well, good enough. We got there.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly not the only Fast and the Furious game.
Not the only bad one either, for that matter.
Yeah.
Awesome title screen. dynamic. Uh-oh. Oh, the game server's not available. That's unfortunate. We're not gonna be able to post our high scores. It is not recognized.
I'll try again later.
I forgot to turn my controller on again. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool, Charkie.
Is that what the problem was back in FlatOut?
No, it was not. I turned the controller off specifically when it came to FlatOut after a while to try and arrest some control back from it. I have to close out of the game and reopen it.
All right.
Because you gotta love X input. Yes.
Terribly Terrified refers to this music as audio jungle dubstep.
Still not working.
Steam input?
It's not Steam. I can tell you that much. All right, I'm looking at my profiles here. Let's look at USB. Game controllers. Yeah, it should be. Do me a favor.
Uh-huh. Plug mine back in.
Yeah.
Back. Almost there. Let me get back into the window too. Yeah, I have control.
Hey, guess what? You're playing this one.
All right. Oh, let me check controls. Oh. Yeah, let's just do display options. Fuck everything up for you. Aim assist. That's the first option in a racing game is aim assist.
Concerning. Curious.
No,
I'm amazed it has
changing
advanced
it.
graphics options. I'm amazed it has any degree of.
I'm hitting here just to see if there's like subtitles. Unit smiles. Just seeing subtitles. Nope. And I don't think I saw any. Oh, I didn't check gameplay. I did check gameplay.
Audio options? Or
I did. Yep, didn't see it there. Let's just hope it has them.
Let's just hope it has them baked in. Go fast, go furious.
Do we know what the first level is? Because you have a save on this.
Oh yeah, I sure do, huh?
That's new.
keep
This is
going-
the first one that says completed.
Go back one more. This takes you back there? You want to erase my progress? I don't mind you erasing my progress if that's what we need to do here.
I think I can safely assume that this is the first level.
You think Moscow is the first level?
Yeah, Moscow Part 1. Because if I go back anymore, it says not completed, new.
Okay. I will take your word for it then. You want to
Who do I
play
wanna
as
be,
Shaw or
Letty?
Letty? Play as Michelle Rodriguez.
Does this look familiar? How the game opens?
I think it might be.
Excuse me.
Oh, good.
What do you think you're doing?
Riley Hicks. I got
Whoa.
Agent Luke Hobbs in
Gotta
24.
get that camera.
Oh, then I'm your POC. I'm Monica Fuentes. You got my name right.
Point of contact?
I don't know. Maybe. Sounds familiar. I'm sorry to post up like this, but I gotta know everything that Hobbs is doing before my boots hit the ground.
I get it, but next time.
I'm very excited to be
I
here.
don't like surprises, and neither does Hobbs.
Okay. Got it. So you know him.
Wow, they are barely acting.
Yes. He's been tracking a crew across the globe, and we're getting closer.
Right. Toretto's crew.
Like, legally defined their acting, you know.
And they are dialed in and dangerous as hell. They've been running jobs from Hong Kong to Berlin. When someone gets close, they get robbed.
Yeah, but Hobbs is closing in on them.
Yeah, there's a Vin Diesel just throwing these cars off screen.
Some recent intel points to Russia.
What are their scores?
Military tech. They know it, they heist it.
You know what? This is actually a very funny cutscene if you just imagine it that way.
Yes.
Who's in charge?
Owen Shaw, former Spec Ops, was a major in the SAS and ran the UK's mobility.
This is supposed to be.
I was on...
This is supposed to be Jason Statham.
They play for keeps.
You say so. I've never seen
That's
one of
Shaw
these
from
movies.
Hobbs and Shaw, and he is Shaw in Hobbs and Shaw.
The mods are perfect, Shaw.
Good. The convoy's moving. On my go, do not hold back. It's a tactical necessity that they learn we're coming.
What if they don't deviate from the route?
That's not an option. Are we clear?
I got this. Steer into traffic, and if cops show up, show them the sky.
Not just the police.
Are we the good guys?
I want chaos.
Are we the good guys?
Well, I mean, you're criminals. But you're lovable scamps of criminals. At least Vin Diesel and his crew are. I'm not sure about... Yeah, you know, I'm gonna say probably not great guys. Probably not awesome. Fun, though. Video Game King asks, is this no Russian? Yeah, there's a content warning at the top of the game that we skip past. It says, if you don't want to see... there's some content we have to advise you about.
And then if you select that, it just takes you directly to the credits. Where's my nitro meter? Is that... Where is my nitro meter?
Maybe the top right?
Earn power up by performing skilled moves. Use... Well, I missed it. It's white text on a very light background.
And also very tiny text.
Very tiny, yes. Activate flipper. I did it.
You have to do it when you're, like, when someone's right behind you or in front of you, I believe.
I imagine in front, because it looks like the thing's coming from the front of my car when I click it. Whoops. Sorry,
don't worry, they're very
that
forgiving
was...
cops. Yeah.
I thought that was the tangerine zone I was going into. Okay, maybe the cops just have more health or something, and I have to flip them. Yep, that's it.
Neutralized.
Oh, and now I see nitrous. Okay. Maybe I earned nitrous for taking out a cop or something.
There's a good reason for it. It's a cause worthy of celebrating.
And at least you apologized. They can't arrest you if you apologize.
Them's the rules.
Come in dispatch, she's sorry, over.
So how does this feel?
I mean, okay, comparing it to every other game tonight, like, I feel like I'm playing a proper video game now. I'll say, beyond feel, I don't like how all the HUD elements are so small. But
it must be one of those things where, because I'm playing as a 1080p, I'm sure, like, it's made for 1280 by 720, so if I scaled the resolution down, that'd be, like, a more proper look at, like, what the heads-up display elements are supposed to look like.
Do we know if this was a console game as well, or was this only PC?
I believe this was a console game, primarily. I believe this PC version was an afterthought. If any thought at all went into it. That's why I was surprised to see the advanced graphics options. I just assumed, like, why would they bother?
To be continued. All right, buy the next game, folks.
Pass.
I don't know what the XP is getting us.
Avoid any traffic collisions. How are you supposed to do
Why?
that? Isn't the whole point of this to cause collisions?
I'll continue.
I like Hobbs' style. Going old school with the folders.
Paper files can't be hacked.
The suits are morons. I'm here for Shaw's crew, not Toretto's.
Not necessarily. They were just another assignment before Rio. But after that, we put them in a whole new category.
Bad news, boss. We brought the actresses in, but we accidentally replaced the M&Ms in the green room with Xanax.
Oh, here we go. Hold that right trigger to accelerate.
Yep.
This is the level I remember from this game. In this banger song.
Let's hit. Oh.
Watch the corners.
So yeah, you are dragging this giant safe around and causing destruction to anything that the wires collide with, which is fun.
Here it comes. Okay. Here it is again.
Mayor's Boone says this bit kicks so much ass in Fast 5. Yes. To be clear, I am pro Fast and Furious movies. I think they are fun. I think they deserve to exist. And to be seen. But Tokyo Drift is still the peak. Tokyo Drift is still the best. And it's not even close. At least as far as like actual movies, like being like an actual film is concerned, it is the closest to one of those. But I'm sure like the stunts have just gotten like more like ridiculous as time has gone on, and that's the appeal for some people, and I respect that too.
I always think, like, the first thing I think about with Fast and Furious at this point is the fact that there was a fight between The Rock and Vin Diesel, and they were contractually obligated to have the fight end with an earthquake, not letting either of them be defeated.
I thought you were neutralized for a second, but no, that cop basically just crashed into you and took themselves out the game.
What is this safe filled with? Aerogel?
Sorry, man.
He's not
Can't
actually
arrest him.
sorry.
Now, for legal reasons, you know, you gotta say sorry. I can't move forward? Okay, there we go.
You need to wait for him to catch up.
Do I have anything on the A button that I could use to... No, I don't have a flipper on this one. Sorry,
No, you
man.
just got a giant safe trailing behind you that you can use to cause destruction. You have to make do.
I really can't aim that thing, though, is the... I also feel like using boost right now would be a bad idea. Which
Are you
means
having
the next
fun?
straightaway I see.
That's what the song is asking right now.
I'm having a neutral time right now.
Ambivalent time with it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the boost safe.
I will say this level's a little too long.
Yeah.
Should be like ending right now.
Is there any progression thing? Like, there's a mini map, but it is so small and so transparent that it is useless. Do you see the mini map?
Yes. It's right above Ludacris's character portrait. You can switch characters by pressing the Y button.
Oh. I didn't know that. Still doing this.
Yeah. It's only been 3 minutes, believe it or not. 3.5 minutes, but...
Oh, I almost took that car out.
You get home, you open up the safe, $20 inside.
Yeah.
It was an off day.
Okay, Geraldo, we got it. Good luck on the show.
Al Capone.
All right. There we go.
You're not getting any of these secondary objectives.
Destroy 20 bus shelters. How would I know that? But I did unlock the basic color pack too.
Ooh.
For challenge mode. Perfect start.
And that keeps
server's not
reminding
available.
us that the service is unavailable.
And we'll have to try again later.
Hey, when you were with U.S. Customs in Miami, did you guys run O'Connor on the Carter Verone case?
Yes. After that, the FBI hired him for undercover cases.
What is this Call of Duty loading screen
Of course, it wasn't
intro we're doing now?
street cred to run one with him.
Someone was trying here. It's a shame the
Yeah.
voice actresses couldn't fucking try along with them.
Sorry, bro. I couldn't help myself. A run for old time's sake. First you were fed. Then you got me.
I know we're having cutscenes in between every level, but is there a story happening here?
I think it's like a best of. I think it's a collection of set pieces and scenes from Fast and Furious movies.
Then shut up and go.
Win the race. Well, I feel like I'm better when the objective is just crash into things.
Yeah, well, now you gotta temper it with real driving, real racing.
That boost doesn't seem to last for very long.
No. You just gotta keep earning it.
Well, so far I've earned it by taking out cars, so... I don't know, are we going into straight up burnout territory where I gotta
It's not a
keep
bad
taking
idea.
out, respawning?
Chef Chelios says, fuck bus shelters, man. They had it coming. Chef Chelios must be eating in chat right now that they got Jason Statham in a video game finally represented on the show.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was a ramp. Shit. I thought that was just going to be like a wall.
I mean, what was a ramp going to accomplish? You don't go faster for going on a ramp.
I mean...
Look at that fucking... Did you see that whole sign collapse?
Yeah, I could have been the one to do that. Also, there's a possibility that hitting a ramp earns me nitrous, right?
Possibly. Oh, that dude did a good job recovering.
Yeah.
Come on.
Not so much.
Oof.
Sorry.
Look, they're taking a memento with them. They're taking a souvenir from the race.
This car in particular feels really sluggish. Like it feels like it weighs like 1,000,000 pounds trying to turn.
Oh, guess what? You're still on lap 1 of 3. You are in 5th place though.
Only because that guy just crashed.
Watch it.
I think he may be responsible for another casualty there.
I didn't get any boost off it. How do you get boost? It said for neutralizations, yeah, but I don't have that many opportunities here to do. Every time those things come up, I always notice them too late. The draw in here is not very good. I'll say that. The pop in. Whatever you want to call it.
That did not seem advantageously worth it.
Nope. Oh, what if I just hit Y to switch characters to...
No, they don't let you this time around, unfortunately. There's no Y button next to Ludicrous.
This is not Driver San Francisco.
Ooh, good. Good near misses there. I would, if I was that dude who's like all the cars are missing, all the doors are missing from his car, keeps getting bumped around, I would just retire. I would just...
Oh, damn it.
They don't give you any time to course correct when you're driving in reverse for like a second. They're just like, no, we're just setting you on the right track.
Why does this car... I have nitrous again. Why does this car feel like it controls so much worse?
Because it's a muscle car? And not some weirdo gimmick car?
This is still not in the running for worst controls of the night, but all of a sudden, like, this control is way worse. Or, not, controls is not the word I'm looking for. Handles. I should say this car's handling is way worse.
I bet near misses and stuff would also build up nitrous. And driving in the wrong lane.
I don't see where I'd be building that up, though. Like, there's no mirror. Oh, God. Everything is so fucking tiny. Oh, I see it now. I see it now.
All right.
Am I building it up?
Goodbye. Oh,
bye.
Thank God. The invisible wall in the sky saved you.
Okay, I think that hitting the ramp might have built it up a bit. Okay, so the notification for boost is ready is on the lower right of the screen, but the bar that says how you're building up your boost and all that info is in the upper right.
Yeah, the heads-up display here could clearly benefit from a second pass, but...
Oh, I am on lap 3. I am going to lose this race. Thankfully, you've played enough this game that I can just go to the next thing anyway.
Is this not the one that I didn't beat? Is not the one that I
don't think... No, you played, like, further in this, I think. Like,
Did
Mexico was the level. Yeah. Mexico was the level that you didn't beat. I feel like Fast and Furious is... okay, I haven't seen the movies, so I can't say about the movies themselves. But I feel like for the purpose of the games, it's less interesting if you're actually having a race.
Yeah,
and
ultimately...
it's more interesting if you're doing the dumb action stuff.
That's definitely what it's become. That's what it's about now. They definitely dropped the street racing element. Now it's just car stunts. And also not car stunts. Failed.
But I did jump 100 yards. And the servers are still down. Okay. I'm just skipping to the next thing.
That is fair.
Hot Pursuit, Hijack Training, Tanker Heist, Juggernaut Transport, and then Mexico. Not doing the race. We're gonna do Hijack Training or Tanker Heist.
Do a tanker heist. That could be fun. Access the mods.
Increase your top speed. Increase your top... Oh, I was hoping I could double up. Okay.
Ooh, that's handy.
Chaining... Is that the only other one I have? Is the chaining bonus?
Evidently.
Come on.
Oh.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, definitely use that. Can't hurt.
Now, does that apply to everybody?
Yes, mercifully.
I'm not going to bother Well, let's just see the customized menu.
Oh, it's just cosmetic.
Okay. Go faster.
Which I guess is better than nothing. I guess it's better to have something than nothing. Some flames on it. Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Okay.
Oh, I remember this one.
Tanker. We hijack it before it leaves the freeway. There's no...
Hopefully the fact that I didn't do the training doesn't mean I don't know how to do this.
So that's all we're taking.
187 Ride or Die. Check it out.
Yeah.
Later, fellas. Heads up. This rig's got private...
Why is he shooting at us? He's so nonplussed. He's a cold-blooded killer.
Oh, I can switch. I can change.
Oh, check that out. Looking wild style.
Well, this is the mode I'm playing now.
I don't know. I think this game is good. I mean, it's not good, but I like it.
I'm curious if the AI is competent enough that if I choose to only play as the shooter,
that it'll get you there on time.
Yeah.
What you got now?
Or if it's like really expecting good. If it's really expecting me to
Watch out.
Switch. Time does slow down a bit when you zoom in. Can I just shoot the guy, or do I have to blow up? I think I have to blow up the guy. Look at it, he's still aiming.
Like I said, all these people are ice cold. They're trained professionals. They maintain composure at all times.
Like a real steady arm, too.
There it is.
Oh.
Get out of the car. Alright.
Ooh! Mash that A button.
Yep. Mash.
Jump.
Jump.
Whoa. This is sick. It's just like wet.
Shit. Wait. Shimmy. Shimmy. Shimmy! Keep shimmying. Why did you stop shimmying?
I would have switched to Ludicrous and let fucking the AI take over at this point.
No, I want to see what happens here. Disconnect.
Yeah. One down, one to go.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll just take care of the rest right now.
No, I want to see 1, 2, 3. I wanted to see how far along he got without me doing this. Oh, you know what? The shimmying part sucks. So I'll never mind. It's Ludicrous. Fix your car.
It's good if you get bored of, or if you're having a tough time. It's just like let Jesus take the wheel. Let the CPU take over. And he's dead.
Yep.
Now let's get this beast to the rendezvous point.
I got your back. Let's roll.
So this is leading to the next stage, the Juggernaut thing. Hijack the tanker in under 7 seconds. Oh, I could have blown out tires. All right.
You know, I think that does it for Fast and Furious Showdown. I think we've seen.
You think that does? You don't want to see this?
Maybe I do.
Bureau says.
Oh, good thing this tanker
it's
has
just transport
nitrous. You know what? Oh, I'm gonna fuck up. Let's just switch to the. Oh, I can't switch anymore. Okay. And right back on track. It won't let me switch anymore.
Behind us.
Wait, is my car regenerating health? Because it was in red for.
I don't know.
Come on.
I'd have to really sit down with this game to learn how to parse all the elements of it.
Size on our side this time.
I don't know. I think I'm looking at this and I'm just like, you're just transporting this cargo truck.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting level, but you know, you got to break it up. It can't. Not every level can be flipping over cars or carrying a bank vault, or jumping out of your car to steal a tanker.
I think that would be Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Potentially, and which we'll have to look at. We'll have to figure that out someday.
I don't think you can get that anymore.
Well, you can't get this game anymore either, and yet.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are. But I think that'll do it.
All right. Sure.
I think that.
I'm trying to. Okay.
Yeah, let's just close out of that.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that will do it for our game selection tonight, which means it is time to cut to our epilogue screen. But before we launch into our end of show agenda, you did say we wanted to compare and contrast the games tonight. We wanted to determine which game controlled the worst.
Right.
It was Driven.
It was Driven, yeah.
It was Driven. We started with the worst controlling game. Hooters Road Trip was a close second, though.
One car specifically within Hooters Road Trip.
Yes,
controlled
fair point.
Extremely badly. Every car in Driven controlled the same way.
And best controls of the night goes to Pyongyang Racer.
I mean, maybe, right?
Maybe.
Because it seemed to like be the one with the most like stable controls. The one where you kind of understood what was going to happen at any given time.
Strange how it shook out that way.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, when a driving game is bad, when a driving game is dire, boy howdy, you feel it in the tires, you feel it in the handling. When a game just does not let you control the motor vehicle at any sort of speed, at any sort of pace, it's not good. I don't know if I have a better conclusion than that. I don't really know how to. Okay, I guess I'll say this. A lot of these games were dedicated racing games. And I think the thing that a lot of these games struggled with was the race tracks. Too narrow, sharp turns, not enough road, and then you combine that with bad controls, and that's really a recipe for disaster. If you're gonna make a game that's about the track, and about, like, you know, passing cars and in very narrow stretches, you gotta get those controls super duper tight. You can't afford to be even slightly off with that stuff. And boy howdy, the games tonight did not care about that. But the more you open the road up, it gives you more room to have, like, you know, you can forgive bad handling in a game where you at least have the flexibility, at least have the space to, like, correct, to get back on some sort of track. And I wonder if that, like, maybe helped spare games the likes of Need for Speed Most Wanted on the DS, or even that Fast and Furious game we just played. Just having that, you know, those wider lanes really does make, like, a world of difference. And, you know, as far as, like, the sense of speed, I also can't help but notice that Driven felt like one of the slowest, most sluggish games, despite having the fastest cars in it. Besides, like, big rigs, of course, when you go in reverse, but that doesn't count necessarily. The Driven should have felt the fastest, but it felt the most sluggish. I'm just amazed at how bad Driven is. I think that's what I'm coming back to. I guess that's what's really striking me right now. It's just how bad a game Driven is.
Yeah. That's the lesson for tonight, folks. Driven is a bad game.
Yeah, evidently. It's been confirmed here. You heard it here first, folks. Probably the first people have heard of this fucking game, so you heard it here first. Driven is not a good game. Driven for the PS2. Sylvester Stallone, better luck next time. That'll do it for what is this? Disastrous Driving Games. That's the name of the stream, right? The part 2?
Yep. It's also called Bad Game Hall of Fame.
It's also called Bad Game Hall of Fame. But I was going to say that we might come back. We might find more disastrous driving games. You know, now we've done the 90s, and now we've done the 2000s and 2010s to some extent. Now we can just pick random ones from in between. The next time we come back with bad driving games, disastrous driving games even, might just be an amuse-bouche, an assortment. There's also kart racers we got to play through, too. We got to do a kart racing segment. But we do hope that folk appreciated us doing a theme night that took more than one night to do. That's what this was an experiment. That's what this was a test in. We'll have to see how it does on YouTube as well. But I for one, I like the idea of being able to cover more of these games without necessarily having to do like a full long-form program, but just being able to extend these nights out a little bit. Drag it out, some would say, but but hopefully the audience at home was receptive. Hopefully y'all had fun. We didn't playing these games, but you know that's kind of the gimmick, isn't it? Do you have any conclusions as far as the driving is concerned, as far as driving games?
Not really, but I'm just gonna reiterate an opinion that I have that when it comes to like the quality of a game, when a game is bad. Like, sometimes that can be, like, relative. Like, you know, like, a bad RPG can just be, like, a little dull or something like that. But I feel like with racing games, or a driving game, when a driving game is bad, it's bad. There is a huge gulf between, like, an acceptable racing game and a bad racing game. And we felt some of that gulf tonight, I think.
No, absolutely. Indubitably even. Yeah. Driving games. Give them a shot, why don't you?
Yeah, not these. Give other ones a shot.
Except Pyongyang Racer. Give Pyongyang Racer a shot. Yeah. You might be pleasantly surprised. Folks, if you like what you saw here tonight, consider supporting the show financially, pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube. All of these options will grant you access to our Patreon Saints channel on our Discord server, wherein you can vote on games that we will play on the stream. You will be able to help steer the direction of the show, if you will. Even if you can't financially support us, you can still join the Discord server. And if you're looking for a way to support us beyond that, outside of the monetary, consider sharing our videos with folk in your life. We have a playlist on YouTube called Suggested Viewing. Features 20-ish videos that we think make for good onboarding to our little channel here, to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Consider sharing one or more, or the playlist itself with someone you know that you think might be into this whole gimmick, this whole show that we do. You know, and barring that, if you don't, I was gonna say if you don't have any friends. Sorry. If you don't feel like doing that, I should say. If you don't feel like sharing, just keep tuning in, folks. We appreciate you. We like having you here. And thank you for watching along. This is the part of the show where we raid folk, where we pass the torch on to someone else. I'm looking. Inspector Gadget on the Super Nintendo, a secret Castlevania, being streamed by Krungo Kong, my friend Krungo. Why not? Let's give them. I'm curious if there's an Inspector Gadget Castlevania-like game. I'm assuming not a Metroidvania, but a more like in the traditional vein of Castlevania. So I'm curious. My curiosity piqued. So that is where we will send our folk. Tell them we said hi. Tell them Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you. Send them our love. yeah, that will do it for us here. I have been your stellar driver, Cassidy.
And I have been your ragdoll being thrown out of the car, Charkie.
I should have said championship driver, Cassidy. That's the word I was looking for. But I blew it. Just like a tire blowing out and my car rolling over on the in the middle of Idaho 2 years ago. That's an actual accident I had. Anyway, bye!
Good night, everybody.